Good morning. Welcome back to EVE Online. We are good. We're picking up where we left off on Wednesday. Over the yesterday and the day before, some of the stuff we put up on market did sell. So we have a little bit of this to play with. I did go to Jita and pick up the rest of the bits for our Nurgle. So we have it all kind of laid out now, which is really cool. So I'll show you what we did and then we'll see what we get for mission. I think we have a Dread Pirate Scarlet, which we can do. Yeah, we'll do that with the Bar Guest. I'll have to switch clones. We'll not want to forget that. So, step one. I made a notes section for all the agents, and I took the notes that I made while watching Hateless's videos from 4 years ago, made the little notes, and we'll adjust these as we learn things. Jacksticks, good morning, 07 as well. So I see I have them all here. This is nice too, so if we get one of these, we can go like this. I'll just bring up the fitting window here, I'll show you. Let me just right click on it, or bring it up, sorry, and fit it. And that should now be our angel fit. And then if we go Blood Raiders and fit it, switches out all the, oh, I didn't fix that. That's okay, that we can fix right now. I went and switched the Thuker battery for the Republic Fleet battery, so I just didn't update the fit. The other thing I did do is I moved all the stuff we're using. So this is all the modules that are in use for various fits and stuff. And we're just going to use the filters if we need to look through here. And then everything that's just in storage is going to be in a box. For now I just use this one. We want to find this. And then we want to save the fit. Not like that. We want to, this takes me a second, remembering how to do all this. It was the Blood Raiders that was wrong. Yeah. And then save. Drop the star. Save. Okay, and then we want to go in here and replace it just to make sure it's the right one. There we go. So then we can go through, like I said, and each one will just allow us to fit it up. We can do it from here as well. We just right click, fit to active ship. So we can do that as well. So when we get burners, that's how we'll do that. So that's cool. And if we happen to lose one, we'll just go buy the pieces we lost and bring them back. Throw them in here. Alright, so that's that. We need to switch out of this because we got to switch back to, I think I'm in my armor turret clone. I'll minimize that. We're also going to make notes on missions and stuff as we go, just to keep things sorted. Laura, it's going well. How about you? Lots of schoolwork today? What's it doing? I was switching clones. Yeah, we're in our turrets and armor clone. We got to switch to our warp clone. It's in this station, so it should be free. Well, not free. We pay money to jump. 900,000, which is nothing. But there's no timer, is what I meant. We don't have a 24-hour wait before we can jump again. And we're going to go ahead and jump into Disco. We have to wait, I guess. I am highly considering swapping this out. It's going to be tricky. The nice thing about having this is we can set up a missile clone that we can use with our Tengu for the event, but we're going to see if I like it. I know 4 or 5 years ago I was using the Macarial, as I talked about. So I might switch back to the Macarial, but I want to give this a try. I need to get a skin for it. That'll make me a little happier, or make one. Alright, let's grab this mission. So, this one should be easy. I'll bring up this. You guys can't see, but it's just, if I don't have the gate key, which I think we have in our inventory. Right there. So we just try to kill Scarlet. We're not artillery fits. We may not have, it may take too long for the missiles to get there, so we may have to chase Scarlet through all the rooms, but once we catch her, we just kill Scarlet and loot the wreck and warp out. And we want Mjolnir missiles equipped. So we're just going to bring them all with us. Who cares? And we'll fit them on our way. Did I accept the mission? Yes. This is a 2-jumper, so it's a good thing. So it's a good thing we have our warp speed increase. This is the reason we use these blitzing fits. Why is my light? It used to be a little brighter. It's brighter outside than it usually is. Ooh, that's a little shiny. It needs to be like a middle between those two, but let me know if that's worse than what was before and I'll switch it. We are going to start the jump. I did mess around with my overview, so it's going to take me a minute.
Warp drive active.
Ah. I think we're just going to keep these as they are, because usually we're trying to kill down one target. We'll see. Use the micro warp drive. Turn these on. I think they turn off when we warp anyway, so there's no point turning them on, but you know, that's life. But yeah, I laid out the overview a little different, so it should be a little more usable. It's going to take me a minute to get used, especially with travel being up here. But, you know, getting back into using hotkeys and... you're doing good. Finally got one escalation. Nice. Which one did you get? I'm just going to warp here. We're going to do it as quick as we can. And we'll see if we can catch Scarlet in the first room. This is one thing where the Macarial... This is one of the missions where the Macarial is a little bit faster. Serp warehouse. Okay. Good. It's not how you spell warehouse, but, you know. That's like, where's my house? Alright. See, it does this to me every once in a while. I need to go into here. No, I can... Agent. I'll just go this way for now. I meant to hit, you have to hit tracking when you do it. I'm just going to do it this way for now. It's going to be fine. Turn all this on now. This should be pretty simple and straightforward. I think I might have this fixed enough as well. Oh, someone's doing a pistol out here. MWD to the gate. We should be cap stable with the repper on as well, so... no, we're not. That's right. We have 1 minute of reps, so it shouldn't matter because we should be in and out of these missions, right?
Warp drive active.
Get into jump, get into warp. So we're going to try and catch Scarlet, but I doubt we're going to do it because the missiles have a flight time. Where is she? No, she got it through. As expected. But we do have the gate keys, so we're good to go. Oh. Jamming, eh? I may mess around with the fit a bit, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I want to do a bunch before I say it's good or not. I still think the Macarial is a little faster.
Warp drive active.
Okay, I'll try to catch her in this room, but I doubt it. Because again, the missile flight time isn't going to help. We got a couple hits on her. Come on. We got her. Nice. Here.
Warp drive active.
Okay, we're gonna track that mission. Nope, this is none of that. Okay. Because once you click it once, it should be fine. this is not working either. I can never remember where to find that stupid thing in there. Might be in opportunities. There we go. Oh, we can complete it remotely. That's cool. We gotta go home anyway. Alright, cool. So that's fast.
Drive active.
Reload this just in case. Actually, I think it is loaded, right? I already reloaded it once? Guess so. And that should also give us... Oops, that's not what I wanted to look at. Complete 3 jumps. So we should, if we keep doing this, we should get all the dailies done anyways. We shouldn't have to hunt for them. 25 of these, so we'll see. I've already skipped one mission today, so we'll have to be careful with our standings, but I'm hoping we get at least one of the anomics we can... Anything but a base is what I'm hoping for. I'll probably even run the stupid Gristas one and hope we don't lose our ship.
Active.
I understand wanting to do burner missions because they have huge payouts, but why blitz and not kill the mobs for bounties? Is the theory that you get much more mission rewards and do missions per hour and kill everything? Bounties add to the rewards. Yeah. So the theory is once you can do them all fast and perfectly, it's about getting the most LP. So bounties don't matter because you're hunting LP. You're trying to get that and convert that to ISK. And if you do it right, it should be faster than getting all the bounties. That said, usually I will stop and run things like Angel Extravaganzas, the big ones, but that's just because I do. How I do it. But yeah, the idea is to get these the LP. That's how I have, because I was blitzing, but I wasn't handing in my LP. I was calculating it. So 5 years ago I did my video series on the blitzing, and I was calculating the LP as about 1,000 LP or 1,000 ISK per LP, which is about what you would get on average. It's actually a little lower, but I forget how the numbers worked out, but I basically ran it to see how fast I could pay for the ship, and it went out pretty well. I don't have any of that information. I haven't watched the series again, but that's what I did. But yeah, that's the theory. Mostly right now I just want to run the agents, and I might go back. Usually when I'm not on camera, I'll just do the full clears, but for especially the ones that are big, like Angel Extravaganza, Blockade I think is a good one. I also like Gone Berserk and the drone one, where you just kill one ship at a time. That one's fun, and we may do those if we see them again, because we are going to run out of standings at some point. Due to updates now, it seems between 700 and 800. No, I think you're wrong, dude. And why using buyback systems? Yeah, well, 1,000 LP if you use the actual store and convert them to something that sells, right? Even ammo is better than 1,000 LP right now, I believe. We can look. We looked last time, but I'll show you here. And this is, when I looked last time, it was even without buzzworks. I want... Oh yeah, you guys can't see this yet. Let me bring this up so you guys can see it. So if we do for mine, we're doing road and shipyards. Also, high-sec buyback is gone now. I should see if Corp wants them. And I even set it so it's the disc, so it's here, because I'm not going to take this stuff to Jita yet. I'm working. I've got some ideas, and we're going to go by buy price because that's what if we're lazy. So even if we're lazy, the bean counter gets 1,000. So any of the implants will get us 1,000, and that's if we're lazy. If we go to sell price, I don't know, my back button didn't work, but so if we're going to put up sell orders. And you can skip these ones here, although this does factor in the price to buy the insignias off the market. So this is not a bad option either if you can sell them. They don't move would be the thing. You'd want to check that. But we can get up to 3,000 ammo. We just do antimatter. Okay, so it's come down since I last looked. But so if you do ammo, it's a little less than 1,000. But if you can sell the bean counters, mine haven't sold yet, so maybe that's not a thing. But also, if we go to Jita, we can probably get better prices as well. So that's the idea, anyways. But right now, we're mostly doing it for the anomic agents. Hey, that's a base, though. Boo. We're not set up for that. We need to get... I think these are cruisers. Just tell us the ship restrictions. Transport ship. That'd be fun. I guess you can do Navy battle cruisers. We'll have to see. We'll look for some fits. So we're going to decline this one. We're not ready for bases yet. Come on. Ooh, Worlds Collide I think is a long one. That's probably not one we're blitzing. I'm going to decline this. We're going to try to get an anomic agent. Which will be the advantage to blitzing as well. If we can do them quick, we have more chances of getting an anomic agent. I don't want to skip too many, so I think we're going to do the score. I don't want to lose too much standings and have to grind it back up. So let's quickly, we can switch back to our other setup. The score versus Serpentis, level 4. So if I loot and salvage, we get another 13 mil on this. It's 3 pockets. So we sell everything. I'm actually going to convert a lot of it with my industrial when the time comes. But yeah, we can do this. Just to kind of gain some LP, or not LP, standings. Okay, it's tracked, good. We are going to switch to, we're going to leave this ship. And so this is a nice little setup because we can kind of do whatever as far as our missions, right? We're going to switch to our armor and gunnery clone just because, although, yeah, because we get the extra tracking and stuff. Since the large railguns took a tracking nerf, this gives us that back. I am tempted to try this as a micro warp drive fit, but we'll just deal with the 3-minute timer. We can chat, so if you guys have questions, we can chat while we do this, and that'll be fun too. The mistake. Oh, and we want to be doing, this is Serpentis, we want to be doing kinetic. So I guess it doesn't matter, it's railguns. Never mind. Everything looks good. We got our mobile depots, because we have 3 rooms. Why am I broke? The mystery of the, you mean century? C-E-N-T-U-R-Y? Yes. You're broke because you don't listen to me. Nope. Almost. You forgot the U between T and U. Good try. Alright, we are doing this. Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm sleepy too. There's nobody on the gate, so we'll just jump it. I like this because it gives us a nice big window for all of our targets. We can see velocity and stuff, so when we're doing abyssals and we need to try to get, or even the anomics, we see that the angular velocity and whatever's too high, especially this one. Although we should probably do, does this give us an option to look at the traversal? I don't remember now. This one is actually what we want. Ooh, and then like that. Whoops. Give me a sec. I think that's the one we actually want.
Drive active.
My bot is not catching these guys. You should update your character's bio overview link. Yes, I'm going to. I'm not done with it yet. I probably should just do it with the current state, but it's kind of... Yeah, definitely should. This is where the warp speed, you see how much longer it's taking us to warp to locations? I also want to get used to using the radio menu because it'll be a little quicker than using this all the time.
Warp drive active.
I need to remember how to do that. We'll do it after this mission. I think this is good now. Very close to being good now. So we are going to have to do the jump. So this is the one thing, this is what I was talking about, and we're going to see it live here. Where, because we lost our bonus to, how far is it? 50 times we need to do about 25? Where's my line? I can't see it. Too busy. Because we lost the bonus to our cooldown time on the jump drives, it now takes, we have to wait the full 3 minutes instead of like the minute, half, 2 minutes it was. Pick the ones that are close enough. Come on. Switch to uranium. Because we need the range anyway for the moment. Oh, there's 2 more I could have locked. Start locking up cruisers. Get the ones that are targeting us first. Just clean it up. I should have dropped the MTU. We'll drop that at the end. But yeah, this would be the time. Stop. Let's chat. You know, ask questions. We're getting close enough. We could probably switch to antimatter again. Shouldn't be too hard to hit cruisers. I guess we wanted to split it out, but we'll kill this one. Back to being paranoid, constantly watching local. Is that because you went to nullsec for a week? That happens. Or you have an expensive ship. It clicks weird right here. I wonder why that's doing that. That's weird. Alright. So once we're on our last couple, we'll turn off Bastion mode. This will probably be our last cycle. You wish? Yeah, well. Oh yeah, I wanted to, yeah. We'll figure out the other thing after. Just remembered, sorry. How are we doing? We're going to turn this off now. And we're going to jump as soon as we can, even if we haven't killed everything. So that we have as much time to cool down the jump drive. We probably don't. Well, it's going to be tricky. We'll see how it goes here. Boom. Alright. So we'll probably just brawl the next room to start, and we'll jump once the... Yeah, we'll see. We're going to figure out the new way, I suppose. We aligned. Let's just... that should do it. Stop that. Let's, ooh, no, I want this. This is wrong. There we go. Mobile tractor unit. Save location. And that's good. Let that do its job. Now we have this recharging. 2.5 minutes. And how long do you stay in Bastion mode? I don't remember. Cycle time. 1 minute? So we get like 2-ish cycles out of it before we can, even 3. Because this is so far away, it might be worth just micro warp driving from now on, just putting it into a brawl mode. I'll try and kill any frigates and destroyers first. Because we want them to die, we'll put 2 on each. Okay, that worked. Do we MTU from here? Sure. Might as well let it do its job, right? Alright. Oops. There. I love the Orthus. Damn, it's fun. May have to get the bigger version next. Get yourself one of these, or the, all of a sudden the name is escaping me, the big frying pan. Yeah, the Orthus was cool. It might be one of the ones we end up getting for bases. I think I remember seeing some fits when we were doing it last time. Okay, so I'll just chew through these guys. Let's cycle this down, because we should. We'll probably have them close to cleared. We're going to want to jump as soon as we can, because we got to cool down again. See, that's... Yeah, micro... It's getting to the point where micro warp drive might be the key. This is now not that much faster than my... I guess it's faster at clearing things than my Dominic's is. So there is that. I don't know. We'll see. What are your guys' thoughts? Could do both. You know... Oh no, wrong ship. Yeah, we'd have to lose probably one of these. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know if I want to lose that. Because it's 4 minutes with it off. I guess it's not that much better. Oh, we're supposed to jump. Whoopsie. Is it going to be longer to slow boat? Yeah, probably, eh? And we are 40, so we're going to get this line to about the 20 mark.
A module has run out of charges.
Actually, just try this. See how long this takes.
Has run out of charges.
Oh yeah, we only go like 100, eh? So it's going to take us 10 seconds per meter. Oh yeah, that's way longer. It's 400 seconds.
A module has run out of charges.
I guess it's not that much longer. Yeah, that makes me sad. They should have... I understand why they did it. For the PvP stuff, I get it. The reasoning is definitely sound. I just wish there was some way that they could have left us with our cool jump. We could lower it by 30 seconds if we want to spend another billion. There is a dead space or an officer micro jump drive. Right here. It's about $1 billion-esque if you can find one. And it's the main thing is, so signature radius penalty is worse, I guess. But the big thing here is you lose 30 seconds of activation time, which is not great. So what's like 3 minutes is 240 seconds. While we're waiting for this to recharge, we might as well do some math. So 240 divide 70. Oh, nope. That's not right. I know how to do math. 240 times 0.7. Wait, what? That doesn't... 4 times... Oh, yeah, 30. Because we're losing 70%. So 30% of it is 300. Equals? Where's my equals? Boom. Is that right? No, that can't be right. 72 seconds, minute and 10? Yeah, that sounds about right. Minute 12, so... It's not even close. Now we have to sit here and wait while our MTU... So this would be where I have a second account, and I could be down here salvaging while we wait for this to recharge. I think... power guest. I think mobile warp micro warp drive is going to be the way. So we don't often have to pull range, right? Alright, good luck. Have fun in class. Learn lots. Yeah. Micro warp drive for now. Maybe dual prop. So if we do need to jump away, we can. We'll lose one of these computers. But I think that'll be okay. Or we just blaster fit it, micro warp drive and blasters. That could be fun too. We'll have to see what people do. Because again, the reason these were so good is because of this jump drive. Well, it's not the only reason. They're pretty good just on their own. To be fair. To be fair. We're almost there. And this one, there's no gate. This will be the last room, so we're good. We'll just sit and brawl. And then, I thought those were reloaded, but I guess I had to take a couple shots, eh?
Warp drive active.
What am I training? Oh yeah, thermodynamics, because we're going to be overheating a bit when we're doing agents, and especially with the Garistas. I am kind of worried about burning out my MWD. We may end up doing the Bastion mode. Lock up the frigates and star destroyers first, because if we can get them off the grid, then we don't have to worry about it. Get our MTU out. Hey, how come? MTU, let's bookmark it so we don't forget. Okay, that's good there. So what I'm doing is some of the bigger stuff I might sell, but a lot of it I'm going to haul to my... who is going to be my industry alt. He currently mines. And then I'll be salvaging it with, or reprocessing it with them once they've got some skills trained. We're gonna dive into building something. We're gonna find something fun to build and sell. I don't know what it is yet, but I like to hide ammo like that. And then we'll just watch the timing on our deal. We might just do this. And we can always re-engage it if it's too premature. Because we want this timer to run out as quick as we can. Oh, why am I splitting them for battleships? That's dumb. Well, it's too late now. It's supposed to be all 4 on the battleships. Take them down a little faster. Alright. Cool, though. Like, it's still fun doing. I still enjoy doing this. Especially if I'm, like, watching YouTube or chatting with people.
A module has run out of charges. A module has run out of charges.
Let that reload.
A module has run out of charges.
That wasn't too bad, though, really. Should have been timing it. Okay, we gotta wait for our timer. 28 seconds. We're gonna go ahead and align to the gate. Nice, good job. That's the Serpentis one. Cool. Well, get into class now. Get off of Eve. Pay attention to class. It's important.
Drive active.
We'll come back and we'll scoop all that because we are building up our industry. See if we can get a good fucking blitzable after that. Do we care? Do we want to see the whole thing, the salvaging and everything? Because I could just save that for when I'm not recording. There's enough people. We'll just do it to be safe. Use the radio menu.
Drive active.
Put on some music. Let me just get this. We'll put this music on the background. That might help too, a little bit. We'll chat, we'll run some missions, maybe after once we're kind of bored, once we've run a few anomics, which is what I'm after, we'll do some Abyss maybe. And as soon as this turns green, we let go. 2 golems.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Oh, we're gonna want this. How's that? Music's okay, volume? Yeah, so again, this will be, blitzing is this. We're getting this as quick as possible, right? Okay, we're gonna go, we'll leave that for a minute. This is up against Amar, we're gonna skip that anyways. Gonna take a little bit of a hit. But let's go ahead. There he is. And we'll go pick up our MTUs. Where was that? Uh-oh. Irontel? I think that was here. Don't remember.
Warp drive active.
That's where it was, yep. Okay. I had to open my folder. I haven't done that in a while. Alright. You're waiting for the teacher to show up. Fair enough, but you don't want to be in the middle of something when they do, right? Come on. Let's not do this. Let's not do this on camera. I shouldn't have to. I don't want to. Yeah, anyways. Moving on. That should have got us our opportunity, right? There's plenty of ships there, so that was a double dip. Not bad. Next one gets us some Skinner stuff, so that's cool. I don't think we'll get any of these today necessarily. I might get... No, Cal won't get that one. Could get that on my other guy. Use the radio menu. Warp to within 0. We might change this a bit. If we're going to use MTUs, I might switch this up so we have maybe 2 tractor beams and 6 salvagers. The drones do most of the work anyway. We're doing kind of a hybrid thing today just because we're mostly doing anomics. Well, we'd like to mostly be doing anomics. One of the things I'd like to do as a future plan as well, if I can get there, is get a another mission runner. One of my other alts, like on a separate account, trained for level 4 missions as well. And then we get to double dip. They don't even have to actually run them, they just have to be able to run them. And then we fleet up, right? I'm trying to remember. Let me think for a second. Let's look at it. I think what it is cycle time more than anything. So you get better optimal range, so you can salvage from further away. This here, so this is your chance of opening whatever you're salvaging. So every time it cycles, when it clicks over, you have a % chance of unlocking it, accessing it. And it's based on how difficult the wrecks are. So the stuff we're doing here is pretty easy. You get into like Tech 3 cruisers, Titans, like bigger ships, they can be harder. Same activation time. So it's just mainly that. The access. So there's a better chance of us clicking it. So you'll notice sometimes you might cycle on things 2 or 3 times. And that's what's causing that. Oops. Shift F. You guys don't need to know my FPS. I don't want to know my FPS. Everything's in range, so we'll just start locking things up. We will open this and loot it. And then we'll scoop it. And I start from the bottom, the furthest ones away, because the drones tend to start with the closer ones. This is why I want a couple more. If I could do... And then I use the MTU just for helping if I catch up to the MTU too fast. Like if the MTU is still pulling stuff, I can help them. So I'd like to have 1 or 2 of these, but again, don't need to. Could just wait for the MTU as well. We could do the alt arrow, but it's backwards for me for some reason. Oh, I bet you it's because I need to flip this to this side. No, not that. Like, what if I do this? No, well, let me do it. Now it's the right way. Okay. So we can go... Oh, we gotta let go vault. Yeah, so that's not any faster for me. Worth a try. Not any faster for me. And then we'll just put everything... So that's all doing it in one hit. One hit, one hit. So the actual salvage that you get from any wreck is predetermined. Either successful or not, but not better stuff. Correct. Yeah, and again, the access, it's about speed more than anything. Also, there are some heavier wrecks. If you don't have good skills and you're using T1 salvagers, you may never crack it. Same with the drones. That's why the T2 drones, right? So, depends on what you're doing. If you're doing mission stuff, you're probably, and you have okay skills, you're probably fine with T1s. But I like the extra range as well. So that's big for me, is the extra range. All right, we got everything sucked in. No, we're gonna use the radio menu because we're remembering.
Drive active.
Don't have to remove the location; it'll die in 3 hours anyway. But if I happen to do a second one out here, I like to have it clean. But yeah, no, you don't get better stuff. It's kind of based on what the wreck is will determine your loot table. And then when you crack it, you get something off that table. Hey, I just remembered something. I saw this in the notes. What was it? A couple things I remembered. We're going to talk about them, but the ones in the notes here, I still have this. Little spam tag from when we were doing the Edencom versus Triglavians. We'd enter a system and spam it. It was funny. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm salvaging. I can do this. So we approach it because it brings us closer to the wrecks. We get our drones out. I did it again. Wrong button. Get the drones going. Stop our boat. Oh, we're not even that close yet. I'm going to go this way. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. It's in range because I don't have to loot any of it because the MT already did that. When I was doing this yesterday, there were a couple cans that the MTU hadn't looted. All right. Yeah, when we go back, I think I have more. Salvager. Oh, they're in Pemin. I have 21 of them. I need 2 more. Nope, don't need to tractor that. I wish the drones would target individually. I tried doing I might do it before. Might be what I do. Next time, we're going to set this on take off focus fire and we'll see. It doesn't seem to do anything now that they're already going. I tried it yesterday, but we'll try it for the next can. We're actually just going to return the drones because they take a second. Everything's scooped. Everything's salvaged.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, we can drop 2 more of these. Maybe even 3. Could be fun. We go a little bit faster for this. The downside to MTUs is they can get shot. Someone decides that they want to come and shoot cans. They could do that. Yeah, see, this one's not done. We caught up to this MTU. He's still actually actively working, I think. Yeah. Oh, and there's a lot of them. What's our range? 82? Okay. So they will grab the closer ones. So this one's going to be his. We're going to grab these 3. Now. Oh, shoot. Hang on. We got to do this right. Because if you don't put your drones out first, then they don't auto properly. So are they all going to do the same one again? Yeah, see, they're all hitting 1 can. Oh, this guy, maybe. Did we get it before he did? Yep, good. So they'll get this furthest can now. It actually worked out. We were close. So what's it look like for these guys? Yeah, they look like they're doing some difference. Like these 2 are doing this wreck. There's 2 doing that wreck. So maybe that's better. I don't want to micro them. That's too much. Bay64, hello, good morning. Welcome, and how are you? How are things going? Oh, do that real quick. Oh, hey, how come that didn't trigger? Go there. Oh, it's really far away. It's being MTU'd as we speak. Okay. It's fine. Well, that's good. It's Friday. Weekends are going to be good. So one of the things I'm thinking doing now, sorry, now that I'm continuing conversation, thought thoughts come into my head. This is the ADHD kicking in. Things have changed. I'm not going to stream Dune anymore. I'm still playing it when I can, but I'm not streaming it anymore. I find it's kind of now I'm at that point where it's just a grind. So that's fine. I mean, but I enjoy streaming Eve. Anyways, point is, I'm not going to stream that anymore. What I am going to do, though, is until things change. So right now I've got a bunch of other things coming and going. Stuff happening in the background, unrelated to streaming in Eve. But I'm thinking for now I might just stream Eve 5 days a week in the mornings. For now. Until something changes and stops me being able to do that. So, yeah. Long and short of it is I'm trying to go back to school and finish my degree. So, we'll have to see how that looks. So that'd be good. So I'm thinking of moving to Eve 5 days a week. Are you still doing Abyss? Yeah, still doing Abyss. Right now we're trying to get into the anomic agents, so the agents and teams, the burner missions. And then once we kind of have that settled in, I also want to set up for bases. We should look. Let's get the ship home. We can bring up our window again. If we go to Eve Workbench, for fun, we'll bring this up. We're going to take a look at what it would take for us to get a ship for bases, because I do have a bit of ISK, right?
Drive active.
So once we're docked up, we can do that. We can do this. We'll bring that up in a second. I know what I'm doing. Maybe. See what kind of tags we get. The other thing to do is see if we can find a safer ship for fighting the Guristas, even if it's the one-off that we don't use the Nurgle for. But yeah, I'm still doing Abyss, and we will probably get to some today.
Docking permission requested.
I want to see if we can get at least one to test out this Nurgle, one burner. When we weren't set up for it, we were getting them like 2, 3 in a row, and now I've seen one base this morning. Whoops. So then we go here and drop the MTUs back into the mistake. Everything else for now goes into here until we sort it through it. What are we sitting on for salvage and loot? Not bad. 29 million? Check this one out though. Alright. So step 1. Right now we're good. We don't need to jump clones. Let's bring up Workbench. And bring it so you guys can see. Boom. Okay. Garmer Burner ECM. We're looking for bases. What are the tags? How do I see? Is that going to work? Crimson Harvest. What's this? Economic Base Cerberus. I'd like something turrets. Not turrets. Because then we can use the same clone as our Nurgle, right? Armor and guns. I don't see much. Ooh. Ooh. Unified Icky shopping list. 2.7 billion. I do have the Icky Tursa, though. We might have some of the bits, too. Who's this? Let's see what... Do they have a description? Might still be some research. So we have Republic Fleet. Oops. I wish you could had the details so we know what ranges. This could be a possibility. Let's import it real quick. Sorry, I get distracted. I like fitting ships. This is like actually one of my favorite things to do is to play with fittings. I used to spend hours on PIFA fitting up ships. Wait, what? Did I save it, I guess? Didn't even save it. Okay, try it again. There we go. Oh, yeah, time flies, man. It's already time for our first break coming up here. But let's take a quick look. So 2 billion. A lot of this is going to be in the hull, right? Roughly. Does it say? It should say in here somewhere, right? Yeah, it doesn't say. Oh, there it is. 700 million. So we can drop that down to below 2 billion, roughly. Shadow Serpentis, 60% in 14 kilometers. The Republic fleet. Oh, not target painter. So the V. Okay. I'm going to look at some of this on the break, but we're going to quickly take I am going to take a 5-minute break. I got to refill my water. We'll take a look at this. Once I know how I can do things. There we go. Oh. Don't like that. Okay. Let me do that after the break. I'm getting flustered. I need some water. I'll be right back. We'll take a look at this. It might be something that we get into today. Maybe not. I have to do some research first. But let me get this break going and I will be right back. All right, we're back. That was quick, right? Coffee's there, water's there, we're good to go. Let us see what we're at. Okay, so gotta bring my. What'd you think of that intermission window? Pretty cool. Set that up this morning because I was fixing stuff anyways, and it's been on my list. All right, we were looking at this, yes, but we want to go. I want to do this differently. Then we want to drag Republic Fleet one in. Better range. Okay, so this slows them down more. This has better range. That's probably the difference. That's fine. They're cheap enough. All right, so I'm thinking if this works, then what we need to do then, maybe we switch to a with a shack for mission for doing full clears instead of the Marauder. And then we have just 3 trig ships for doing everything out here. I do have the hull. Or get ourselves a Barbarossa. $6 billion-esque. I'm sure that wouldn't be a target. Oh, so cool though. What is it? I wish we could look at what this does in Bastion mode. Because it should do something. Anyways, maybe that's what we do. Another option is just I can get a little shack. I have this, so. I even have the hull already. I think I have some good skins for it too. I've run everything with the singularity. Sorry. Like that. And that'll be our blitzing setup, or our level 4 mission setup. Maybe. I'll think about it. We could fit up a shack just to do full clears. Be pretty wicked. And then we just have to find an armor ship for blitzing. I guess no, because it's shield fit. Anyways, good enough. I'm gonna save this for now. And this is the shopping list, so it's all the bits. 2.4 billion. So that's actually not bad because we already have this. Get everything we need to run all the bases apparently. I'm just gonna call this Anomic base shopping list. Question mark. For now. Okay, let's move on. We'll think about that. I'd have to look at some information to see if we actually have it. It might be in our sheet here. All team burners. Okay. Overheat both hardeners and weapons. Lock all Dramiels. Deploy MTU and depot. Oh, and depot. Mobile depot? Web only when Dramiel is orbiting. Launch Hornets. First 2 Dramiels are dead. Turn off overheat and hardeners. Activate cap booster when low. Oh, good. We're gonna have to do some research. They look very complicated. Okay, fair enough. We'll work on that. We might. I'm liking the idea of the Ved or the Ikitursa. All right. Ooh, wow. What mission did we get? I think it's one we're skipping, right? Yes. So we'll take a small hit again. Don't go below 5. Please. Oh, here we go. We can accept this. We'll try this again. We caught her in the second room last time. We'll see if we can get her faster this time. So we got to leave the ship. Might be nice to get a unified clone. That's why I'm still thinking the turret-based. It's all tricky. Turret-based. Get the words. Macarial. Get the Macarial so it's turret based, so then we can put turret mods in our blitzing clone and then just use the one clone. I still think that's going to be the idea. Anyways, whatever. We can work with what we have. That's the Ascendancy. That's probably an upgrade we'll want to get eventually too, is go to the high grade Ascendancies. Maybe build a whole new clone for it. We can grab Disco. This one I think I can do from memory. This one's easy. Whoops, right clicked.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
So we'll do this real quick. We're one jump out. Not the usual style of music I listen to, but it's close. I mean, I do occasionally listen to it, but I like metal. Hard to find any good royalty-free instrumental metal. I'll have to keep looking.
Warp drive active.
Hide our missiles. Again, with the Macarial, you can catch Scarlet on the first gate. I'm not entirely sure we can catch her with this one. How far away? Jump. Or not jump. Warp. Micro warp. Aw, my kitten.
Warp drive
There we go. Yeah, I think, I don't know, kind of smiling at the idea of having trig ships for everything. Just because. Shoot her! Nope, she gone. Try to grab a bounty while we're here. Nope, we're not gonna get it. No, we're not gonna get it, not even worth trying.
active.
Ah, where are you? Can you get her? Oh yeah, we're gonna get her. Oh, tractor unit. Align. Loot. Okay.
Warp drive
Reload guns.
active.
So that's pretty quick doing it that way. We catch her in the second room, which is nice. Oh, yeah, right. You want to do it remotely? So I clicked my loot too soon. I need to do the tractor beam align out, pull the wreck to me because it travels way faster. Oh, I guess not. We travel faster than the tractor beam, so we should just dive bomb it. It took a long time to align because we had our MWD on, though. Alex, whoa, hello. 07? You too? Tiny wiener. Hello, welcome. How are you guys?
Drive active.
What's exciting Friday morning? Heading into the weekend. Come on, give us an agent. Or a team, I don't care. Give me, I can do all of them. Maybe. Just give me one. Oh, good. Good.
Docking
Dock
permission
that up.
requested. Docking request accepted.
Oh yeah, the other thing I noticed while I was digging through and preparing for this yesterday. If I draw a base again, we're going to figure it out. No, we're not. Maybe. I have enough money, we could probably do it. Maybe. It would take us a minute, but let's just see. Because you guys remember on Wednesday we were getting them every like 3 seconds. No. Do we lose standing for declining those ones? I don't think we lose standings for declining factions. Faction ones. I don't think Duo of Death is approved for blitzing. No. I'm going to decline it. We'll see what we get for a hit here. So far we've gotten lucky. We've been just getting faction ones. Unauthorized military presence. That's a big clear one, right? Doing good. Just getting started on some Eve. Started playing it this week. Right now I'm working on Caracal Alt for Abyssals. Nice. Yeah, Eve's good. Welcome. Let me know if there's any questions. Tiny Wiener, yeah, bases are easy in the right fit. Yep. That's what I'm knowing. That's what I just finished resetting up for agents and teams. Thanks for the follow, Alex Woe. Alex Woe, yeah. Thank you. But yeah, I am looking at the idea because I'm using Hateless's Unified Nurgle fit. Gonna start hurting soon. I'm gonna have to do some grinding. The score we just did the score like 2 minutes ago. I think I have a decent micro warp drive? You have one ship per burner? Yeah, so what I'm trying to use right now is Hateless's, I don't know if I said it, I thought it, and I was going to say it, and then I got distracted. Unified Nurgle. So I have all my fittings just in here. And I just switch between the different loadouts and use it. And apparently it works, so we're going to try it. I did see it looking around, there was a Unified Icky Tursa as well, so I'm thinking of setting that up for bases. But I haven't got that far. I used to do this, I had several ships. My Garmer's been moved. I had several ships set up for burners like 5 years ago. But I stopped playing for that for 5 years. And now they've all been trying to use, so I'm trying to get set back up for it. So you see this says Glaive 4. Because back when I was doing them, this is how many Nurgles I've lost. I've lost 3 doing anomics. So far. But that was years ago, so I'll be better now. Can I just check? I really want to watch the standings. Interactions. Where's Bro here? Oh, he's dropping, isn't he? What's this guy's name? Bruffrer. Yeah. He's kind of taking a hit. Luckily, our Galente standings is still up. Hasn't updated from this one, but we lose so little and gain so much when we do them, so we're probably going to end up relying on this. Oh, I do have a question. I'm doing on my alt the career agents. I can't remember the mission where the ships are supposed to blow up since I've lost 2 of them. It was Soldier of Fortune that had some... Oh, what was the mission called? It's the one they give you the ship. I mean, Yeah, they give you the ship on the mission before it. If I remember, it's been probably 6 or 7 years since I've done the career agents. But one sec. I'm sure it's available. Not interested. Oh yeah, it doesn't say. I can't find it quick. I'll take a quick peek for you here. Well, I decline all the missions and only do burners and assaults and gone berserk. You know, that kind of makes sense because you lose so little standings with the actual faction. Now that I'm looking at it, that was... Yeah, there was a mission where you had to hold out until a certain wave. I'm just going to quickly do a quick look. Here, what we'll do is this. You can walk with me. So this is EVE University, if you're not familiar with it. wiki.eveuniversity.org. Really good place to start looking for anything. But yeah, let's take a quick look here. These are the locations, the order. Tip 1, Angel of Mercy required to fly a frigate to its destruction. Right here. So mission 2 and mission 5. Okay, you know that. That's good. So Angel of Mercy destroys it, and so does the stand. And the stand, you actually have to kill some things first. Well, there you go. Cool. Yeah, no, good sight. You're part of the Corp too, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna actually start doing. Let's just do it. We'll see how this works. Decline. Ooh, oh, nope. If I was by myself, I'd do that one for the salvage. I mean, honestly, the ships at the stage that you're at are so cheap, you'll recover really quick. If you're a little bit short on this, let me know. I can send you a few million. Get you set up if you would like. If you'd like to do it on your own, I know some people do, so. Okay, this is the Enyo. So now we're going to check my notes. And it's the Team Enyo. This is our fit. I need to switch to... Lots of things to do all of a sudden. Leave ship. We're currently in this ship. Okay, yeah. Yeah, those ships, I give you... Unless you're buying a whole bunch of stuff off the market, then it's not such a big loss. But, you know, fit as cheap as you can, obviously. But I wouldn't worry too much about it at that stage. You'll recover that in, like, minutes once you get through it all. Especially if you're going to be running the Abyss. You're saying you're making this alt for the Abyss? Is that right? I have a method. The thing is using cruise missiles for career agents? I don't understand. Your cruise missiles are battleships. If you're on a Caracal, rapid lights or heavy assault, heavy missiles. Anyways. Oh no, we took a small ding. Okay. That's not what I was doing anyway. I was switching my clone. That's what I was doing. Yeah, no, if I have a setup that I use for fun, for making money in the Abyss, so you can do it like 3 different ways. I have a Corax, so you do the T0 Abysses in a Corax solo. makes about 30-ish mil an hour. And then I have a Garmer fit. It's a little more expensive, but it makes 60 mil an hour on average. If you just pump out, so that's doing frigates. You just pump them out as quick as you can. You do each one under 3 minutes once you have skills and everything like that. So if you're interested, we can take a look later over there. And I can show you those things. I also do it in a Thrasher for electricals. The other two are for darks. All right, we're switching our clone. I'm going to stop getting distracted for just a second. Character, jump clone. We're going to jump to our turret armor clone. And then we're going to accept this before it goes away on me by accident. We're going to jump into board ship. Just because I'm paranoid, we're going to double check that this works. That looks good. 2 reppers. This is a hardener. I need to switch this. I'd want to put this in this spot. I'd want to switch these two. And we'll do that in case we have to overheat the repper or the other one, right? So I don't think we're going to need to, but let me just do this real quick. I'll have to update the save. There we go. Gives us better overheating. Yeah, your skill learning is pretty limited for sure. This is just a nice, easy way. I'll have to try it as an alpha. I might do that. I might build a fresh alpha and try getting into the Corax and then Garmer. Because you can solo T-Zeros in a frigate pretty easily, but it's about doing them fast, right? All right. This real quick. Just so it's fit right. Might do the same thing here. Nope, that. In case we have to overheat one of them. It's better to have them, like, they still spread some of the heat. If you guys don't know how overheating works, let me know. I'll kind of run you through it. Ruben, good day. I am doing well, thank you. How are you? Also, happy Friday. Yes, indeed. Happy Friday. It's good. Going into the weekend. What was I doing? Okay. Load a cult. Set default. We'll do that when we undocks. Default orbit is 6,500. We orbit at 6,500. Lock and shoot. We can do that. We're going to save this, so it fits it right next time. Let's just do our thing real quick here. That's a few jumps away, huh? Alright, off we go. At least let me get the one. We'll get this one, and then we'll head back to my other station, and I can show you how that works, Alec, if you would like. And for anybody else who doesn't know it. Let's set this up so that we can... that. We'll hide this. We will put the drones, and we can use the drones on this one. Some of them you can't. It shouldn't fit drones, but I did mark it in my notes as well. Of course, perfect. Yeah, we'll do that. I just wanted, this is the first one we're going to get to try, so we might end up having to go for Glaive 5 here in a minute, but we'll see. I'm wondering, it might actually just, again, going back to what we were talking about before, do switch to the Macarial, do the turrets, and keep the warp drive, the warp speed deals on here. The reason I switched clones for this one, to be honest, is because it's armor repping. It's got my tracking, armor repping, and web of fire range. So I actually get a little tiny bit more range out of the webs than without 3%, which isn't a lot. You know, you're talking 14 kilometers, right? So you're not looking at a lot. 0.3 and change, but every little bit helps, I suppose. But yeah, we might... Yeah, we'll think about it. Again, this is a progress, just like everything else. Our industry stuff is very fledgling, so we'll get that sorted out. That's something I've never done before, so that takes a while. But we're getting there. I've got my guy moved. He can fly barges so far. We'll get him up to exhumers at some point. But I think I'm happy with the barge while I train his actual manufacturing skills. And we do have our blueprint factory that's been high skilled that we had for a long time. So I don't have to do that. At least I can just get the blueprints. I don't have many because we were using court blueprints and I was just doing research and making copies from corp ones. And I don't know if that's set up. I'll have to see. I haven't checked with the industry guys if that's a thing we're still doing. Like I said, I've been gone for 5 years, so up until about, what, a month ago now? A little less than a month? All right, set our default orbit to 65, 500. We'll have to remember to set that back when we're done, although we can always change it as we need to. It looks like we're ignoring the Logi in this one. And I think that's because we're taking advantage of the ramped up damage. Because the longer we shoot, like you can see it starts at 215, but it ramps up to 755. And we're cap stable. And this is Enyo, so this is Galente, so we shouldn't meet too much for newts. And we have a battery anyway, so this should be good. I mostly set it to the optimal range of my weapons. Yeah, this is specific. So what I'm doing here are what's called burner missions. So they're a special kind of hard mode mission. So this is a very expensive ship, right? 763 million for a frigate, assault frigate, but still. So they're a very specific thing, these missions. And they're hard to do. 6,500 is where you want to be. It's within my optimal range, but it's also to just help with their tracking and all sorts of other things. So this is, I'm kind of leaning on the knowledge others have gained, and then I'm going to build on it with what I learn. Turn that on, so we don't forget to turn our hardener on. So yeah, this is a thing you do. It's kind of, so as you build up your levels and you get to your missions, you get to level 4s, then you usually do run level 4s, then you start blitzing level 4s maybe, but also move to these burner missions, right? And the burner missions are kind of where the money's at. So we might have to overheat to catch him. It's an Enyo, so it's also an assault frigate. But we'll see if we can catch him here. What are we? They're repping each other. Actually, he's probably blasters. Doesn't say. And there we go. And then we just... Ooh. Turn our repper on now. I do it now because the armor reppers rep at the end of the cycle and not the beginning. So I like to run it a little early. With shields, I'll let it settle down a little bit. But you'll also notice we're being webbed, we're being scrammed. So there's no escape. If we fail to do this, we lose our ship. So I don't know if you lose your pod. Do they pod you if you don't get off grid fast? I hope not. I don't think we're going to lose the ship. This guy should be easy now that we have him in range. And you'll see our damage. That's a penetrate. That wasn't a smash, but now our penetrates are doing 4. Hits are doing 3. And so on. It just keeps ramping up. There's a smash for 500. No, I should be cap stable once we hit a certain percentage. So, no pod, okay. How capacitor works is you actually get, the lower it gets, the more recharge rate you get. And once you're at about a quarter, that's where you get your maximum recharge on your capacitor. So as long as you're not draining past that, like as long as you're stable, you can see here, I'm stable at 11%. So I'll get to about 11% and then just... The 30%? Yeah, it's 25 or 30%, yes. But I'm stable past that. Like, if this thing should be fine even under newts. Well, again, but the fit where there's newting will be fit a little differently. Here we go. Huzzah. Let me just get out of here. We want to loot it, though. Do want to loot the Rex. I don't think it varies. I think there's like a recharge rate, but there's also the 30% thing might be the resistance. That's different. The basic game mechanic has your recharge rate, your base recharge rate. If you do nothing to the ship, it recharges at a certain rate, correct? The base is at 25% is when you're getting the most recharge. Ooh. Oh no, that's just that. Sorry, that sounded good, but it wasn't. None of these are great. That's okay.
Warp drive active.
And then we head home. We can turn all this off. So, trying to remember, we can actually look at it again if we pop up Eve University. Oh, I still had it open. You guys can see. Okay. Right here. Keep your caster above 25% at all times. Below it drastically reduces the recharge rate. Sorry. That's what it is. So if you want to be cap stable, you want to have 25%. I think it also goes the other way as well. It like builds up to 25% and then drops down. I think. It's been a while. Like I said, I've been gone for 5 years. This is all stuff.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, it's cool. The actual numbers vary though, yes. So like this here, this is my capacity, and this is my recharge rate. 1.9 gigajoules per second. And it basically does a full recharge in 2 minutes. But excess capacitor recharge rate, so above stability. So I have stability at this point. It's sustainable at 47% or 44.7%. It does an 11% above what I need to recharge it. Does that make sense? So if that means if I get neuted, I have an 11% buffer. So as they're reducing my recharge rate, as long as it's within 11%. And I think for the one room that does neut, you want 14% over, if I remember correctly.
Warp drive active.
If that makes sense. Again, I can go into more details if you need it. I try not to be too mansplainy, but if you do want more, we can dig a little deeper and I can kind of explain things that don't make sense. Glad to help. That's why I originally started Malro, 10 years ago. We're a New Bro Training Corp, for the most part. Kind of do everything. There are people that are much smarter than me as well, though. Don't take that to think I'm the most knowledgeable person in existence. I know a lot. I've been playing the game on and off since 2004. You pick up a thing or two.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, like... So my first character was about where this guy is, 120-ish million skill points. Things happened, drama ensued, and I biomassed that character and quit Eve forever. And then a year or two later, I started again and started this character. A few years, whatever it was. After that, I think I played for a couple of years. Again, I don't remember the details. I can look when he was born. Actually, that will help. It was 2014, I think. Yeah, this character's been since 2014. So I played from 2004 to like 2010-ish, maybe 2009, and then quit for a couple of years. Something like that. Long time ago. In ancient history. Basically, I was doing well in level 4 missions with my Raven, and then I got scammed by a corp who invited me to nullsec, and they ended up taking advantage of the fact that I didn't know anything about nullsec, and I lost a bunch of stuff, so I just biomassed and moved on. Things happen. I'm tougher now, and tougher skin now. Now I just go, okay.
Docking permission requested.
Keep going.
Docking request
I barely went to school when you started playing. Yeah, I know, I'm an old man. It can be tricky, Alec. Just remember that your stuff isn't your character. What they cannot take away is this. They cannot directly access this unless you let them scam you. Your wallet. And this, the stuff you've learned. So just Approach every setback as a learning opportunity. Warp Disruptor dude, he asked me for 15 mil to let me go. Oh, did you pay him? And did he let you go? Those two questions. Because depending on who he's playing, who he's with, that can go a few different ways. No and no. Well, if you didn't pay, he blew you up. A lot of people will take the 50 million and blow you up anyway. There are a few pirate corps where they actually frown on that, and the corp rule is that they can't do that. I don't know if any of them are still around, but I think Stay Frosty was like that, where if someone from their corp said that, you know, pay me X and I'll let you go, they have to honor it according to the rules, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But for the most part, if you don't know, don't pay, because they're going to blow you up anyway. That said, if you do get blown up, say good fight, talk to them in local, you know, hang out. Sometimes they'll pay you back for your ship loss. That's something I've had happen a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know very much. Like, I'm 5 years out, so I don't know what's changed as far as corp stuff. I barely even know what my corp's doing anymore because we're so large and doing all sorts of things. Let's hand this in. We're getting distracted. I like talking about Eve. It's like one of my favorite things. I'm curious what the bounties are on those. I forget. I think the bounties are also quite high. Give it another second here. Hey, look at that. And this is the Jaguar. Let's do it. I think that's the same system. We got here. That's fair, yeah. No, that's good. Again, that's... Eve is a very interesting game, and I think the social is the biggest part of it. You get a good group of people, and the game becomes 100 times more fun, even if you don't fly with them. Like, I don't fly in a fleet very often anymore, as much as I used to. These little wings kind of look like the ones on the Jackdaw. Sorry. But sitting here chatting with you guys, usually if I'm not chatting with you guys, I'm chatting in Alliance chatting game or in comms. You know, it's just, it makes it so much better. And then there's everything. The game has something for everybody. This is, pick a genre other than maybe like arena shooter, but even then maybe we'll get there. Because they could do that with, like, they had that with the trig sites, the Abyss, where you go into the PvP room at the end. They could totally make it like an arena shooter if they wanted to. That'd be kind of cool. Where you queue up. I don't know if they want to. It's kind of taking out of their one universe thing, but they did that with the Abyss anyway, so I don't know. We'll see. Words are lots of words. Let's get things fit up and get moving. But yeah. But you take all the other game types that you can think of, and there's probably a way to do it in Eve. You know? So then we right click, or we fit to ship. So this is cool. This will show for those that weren't here. So I'm in the ship, and if I click this button, it automatically takes and switches out my modules. So now we're fit for this. What do we need to do? Orbit at 6,500. We're already set for that. Overheat the hardener in the beginning. Now, the nice thing about overheating hardeners is once you have decent skills, you can overheat these forever. The hardeners take way less damage than the reppers, which take way less damage than like your afterburners and stuff. So, a nice little trick is if you're taking a lot of damage, start with your hardeners, then your reppers. So your tank first. Then overheat like DPS if you really need to cut them down. Don't overheat your prop mod unless you're trying to catch them. Does this all look good for overheating? Yeah. I doubt we're going to have to overheat our Fed Navy webs. Jaguar should be fast. Actually, I guess it's assault figs anyway. Alright. Sorry, I gotta double check the fit. Just because I'm not... This is new to me. Storing stuff in my main inventory is new to me. I started setting up for it back 5 years ago, but... Anyway. We want to fit Occult, which is what we have. We do bring some of the others just in case. Oh, it loaded them up. What the... Oh, this is the stuff I looted. Right. Hang on a second. For now, it just goes in the box. I'll deal with it later. Bring all of our ammo with us. If we die, we die. It's 11 million. Whatever, right? The ship's worth so much that that's a drop in the bucket. Alright, let's get on with this. To be honest, games like Albion, RS, STO, SWTOR, but Eve has been so much more fun. Yeah, and a lot of like MMOs do in general cover a lot of genres. It's just, I don't know. Eve just does more of them, I think. Like, you even have your colony building in the planetary interaction, which, you know, I think is pretty fun. I do that, where you set up industry on planets and manage colonies. The shipbuilding is basically, it's kind of like a, what would be the word? Because that's like most of the battle when you get into a fight, is fit your ship. After that, you engage in the fight, then your skill comes in, sure. But I don't know. I like it. It's the one game I always come back to. I do occasionally play WoW as well, but not as often and not for as long. Albion I haven't played, not in years. I played it ages ago. Ages. But don't remember. I might try that. I know my son plays it, so I might give it a go at some point. Which one's RS? RuneScape. RuneScape, wow. Talk about games I haven't touched in ages. I remember when RuneScape came out. Like the, what, mid-90s? And then Star Trek Online, I played for a little while. I might have to give that one a go too. I like Star Trek. But Eve covers, again, as you said, Eve kind of covers most of what those games do. So. Plus, I like the spaceships. No, we don't want to do that. We want to go here. Orbit Jaguar at 6,500. Let's just double check. Good. Yeah, the trick with Eve is just to remember that your ship isn't your character, and don't get angry at losses. Learn from them. Talk to the person that killed you if it's a PvP loss. Ask what you did wrong. Most people will tell you. Not all, but most will tell you what you could have done better. Wow. I had an alarm still set. Alright. Focus. Orbit Jaguar. Orbit. Ah! Oh wait, it was fine. Said to overheat this, so we will. Oh shoot. Not this. This. And then turn this on. And once we're stable, so you can see this still hasn't taken because it rotates so slow. The cycle time is so low, it barely takes any damage. Why aren't we shooting? Can you shoot? That'd be fantastic. So, and then this will be a thing here. You'll see that it'll start kind of slow, especially with the shield reps. But once we've hit a critical mass, once we've got the damage up, cycled enough times, you can see we're at 11%, 13%. It's probably okay not to overheat this. We'll see how it goes without. If you're taking a tiny damage, what? Why won't it tell me? 30%? Okay. Are we done? Nothing's overheating? Yeah, our reps are holding without overheating them. So we're up to... Yeah, we'll probably tip over to about the 40 to 50%. Because you can see they're still repping them. Does he get full? 89%. That's 92. We're just going to see here. We should start. We might have to overheat the repper here in a second. If we start dipping below 50. No, we're doing okay so far. Yeah, he's still repping more than we're hitting. So we got a more than 50%. We'll get there. I hope. You're on a cult, right? Yes. Okay, there we go. I think we're starting to press past the reps. $74. Yeah, there we go. And we start seeing once that shield is gone, though, he's going to go down like fast. Oh, no worries. I did talk about your last message, but I don't know if you missed that. I'm saying I've played all those games at one time, ages ago, but Eve always brings me back. There we go. Now we're breaking them. We can do this. We even look at him. So there's our beam. And the longer we shoot it, the more damage it does. There you go. Now he's toast. Now he's toast. Oh no. How did I target him? I just like right clicked. We can turn these off now. We can reload our guns. Nothing big. All right.
Warp drive active.
Man. Okay, so that's looking good. Looks like we're set up for that. Like those are both teams, and they worked quite well. So, do we want to go check out some Abyss, or do we want to keep doing these anomics? Ironically, if we look, I guess it hasn't ticked yet, right? Not been that long. What I was going to say is if we're only losing like 0.002, especially once we can run bases, I think that's the next thing I'm going to look at, is getting the ship set up for bases. I want to see... Too many things going on at once here. Playing the game, having chats, you know. That's just the... I wonder if there's videos for that fit we saw. I forget where you find those. Okay, that's the other two. That's the fits.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay. Kite in towards Talos on the right. Having set AVAing, setting the turrets off once within 15 kilometers. Turn off prop mods and shoot using occult. Eve, Amsterdam. Yeah, that's near me. Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't get much an Eve event's that close to me, although if there's ever one up this way, I'd probably go. If I could. Load Tetrion ammo, turn on all your tank, approach the fighter you are shooting and web it. Make sure you are moving on the Okay, can't read those. I will figure that out. I'll decipher this off camera. Is it just the two? Nope, not that one. This one. Anomic base. There's 4. Okay, I'll do that research off. We'll set that up for next time. Let's see what we get. And then it looks like we're coming up. Oh, did I? No, I did not. Okay. We're actually on about break time here in a minute, so let's set that in. 13,000 points for that too. Smash the spire. I'm going to leave that for the moment. I do want to see if we have any ticks from the last. If the Enyo ticked yet, not mark it. Wallet is right near there. If we got our tick. It's probably this one. 5 million for killing one ship. That's not bad. Plus the payout. So what, 9, almost 10 million just there. Plus what? 1.3 million in bounties? Or in LP? Okay. I will have to find a way to convert the LP properly. We'll see if Arrow buys it. Let's take this break real quick. I'll run to the washroom, and then we'll head over. We can always come back here, but we'll head over to home base, and we'll show those Abyss blitzing. Holy smokes. I can talk, I promise. Okay, let's do that, and I will be right back. Okay, and we are back. Okay, time for me to actually fit my ship. Cool, did you get it fit while I was gone? I'm happy I just realized and not found out doing Abyss, never researched rockets. Oh! Rockets? Do you need rockets? My fits all use missiles. So I don't know how, I've never really used much for rockets. I found them I guess they have their place, but I found them kind of weak, even just straight up. The extra range always, I don't know. But again, there are probably people that like to use rockets, so. It's one of the ones that I usually leave for fairly late in a new training skill queue if I'm doing missiles. We need to move to we're gonna move to our, yeah, I went the cheap way. Just so I can lose this without losing much. Okay, fair enough. What's it doing? I want to switch to my travel clone, or my... Do I have a clone? I don't think I have one there yet. Yeah, just this one. No cloning bay here. Right, we gotta find a cloning bay. Okay. I think... Let's do that, because I actually want to leave this clone here as well. Is there a cloning bay? Did we look? Neither of the stations have a cloning bay. Here we go, icebox. Has a clone bay. So, if we pop on over there, let's get our ship loaded up. We'll pop it over there, switch to a clean clone. We want to leave our mission running clones up here. Actually, I think this... Yeah, we'll leave it for now. We'll do that. Sorry, thinking out loud here. Okay, so based on your skills, you can have a certain number of clones. So I don't know if you know, but when you die and you get exploded, like your pod gets exploded, you wake up in a new, fresh clone at your home station. It's like you've always got one there. Where they spin up a new one. But you can also have a certain number of other clones called jump clones. Okay. Hi again, Bay. So I'll have to look right now. When you activate your jump clone, there's a 20-hour cooldown. So if you go from one, you can jump from one station. So I could jump from here if I had a clone in another station, which I don't currently. I could jump to it. So I basically leave this clone and jump to that one. What also you can do is you have different implants. So right now this is a clone that I have here. This is armor and turrets. No, this is the ascendancy. This is my blitzing, which we're probably not going to use here anymore. We'll figure it all out. But then I have this one that I'm wearing. This is the clone I'm in. So I could switch between them. If I just do this. Because I'm in the same station, I won't take this 20-hour cooldown, so I could just do that. Costs a little bit of ISK. And now you'll see my armor clone is here, and I'm in my other clone. So it's a nice way to have multiple clones. It's a good way to cover long distances. So you could set up a clone near a market, and as long as you don't have to bring stuff with you, you could jump to your market spot once every day, essentially, and then jump back the next day. So I usually set that up with mine. I had a whole bunch of clones, and they were in player structures that got destroyed, so I'm kind of rebuilding. But the other thing we can do is if we can install a clone in that station up there. Let me grab what I'm going to grab. I'm going to take Gunther home, and we're going to load him with everything that's in here, except for this any large ammo. I'm actually going to put large ammo in here because we're going to convert this as we need it. Although, once again, we may not be blitzing much anymore. Oh, I had these. Well, let's just activate those. I'm going to do all this stuff on this character anyway. Anything like this. So we'll just plug them in. Are they worth anything? No. These we have to carry. They don't inject, as far as I know, yeah. So that's a currency. They're not worth much anyway. Okay, we'll take all this with us. And then we'll go to that cloning bay. Icebox. And I'll show you, we'll install a clone there. We'll actually leave this clone. Yeah, I wish I could leave them both in this station, but because there's no clone bay, there's not easy. So maybe we switch our... no, up here. Wait.
Warp drive active.
Just gonna go over to it. It's not showing up here, probably because I don't have it on my overview. There we go. That's my travel overview. So we dock here. This is a player structure, so we'll have to be careful. You do get a warning if it gets attacked, but ideally this will end up living in gens, which we can do. I know how we're going to do that. It's going to take me 2 days, but I know how I'm going to do that. So now we can go in here. We can install a clone because this has a cloning bay. So some NPC structures have them, I believe, but player structures can have them installed as well. And this one's free. So we might just store both of our clones in here so we can flip to them as needed. It makes an extra stop, but if we're just going to be doing... I'll figure it out. That's going to be the key. And now we'd leave our ship. And we're going to jump to this empty clone. So this one will have no implants, which I'll probably want to set up and learn. I usually have some learning ones laying around, but... Yeah, I learned not to do project discovery while mining in low seg. Went bad very quickly. It can if you get too distracted. As long as you're looking and paying attention, you can do it, but you got to be quick. Yeah. I'm tempted, although 900,000 is not bad, so I might end up moving it. But anyways, we are now in our empty clone. For now. I'm very tempted to set up that Ascendancy clone, although the extra repping is nice too, so we'll see. We'll see what I do. I'm going to think about it. So many options. Feel free to put your opinions. I'm thinking of not blitzing anymore. Maybe we sell the Barghest and we just do anomics. We'll keep something a little cheaper for when we want to just run a full mission. Like I said, maybe a Lashak. Not that it's that much cheaper, I guess, but you know. That's where my current thoughts are at anyways. Okay, so, wow, that's loud, eh? Industrial complexes are noisy. Yep, player structures means that a corporation or a player has to build and set it up and run it and maintain it. It's a big endeavor. You got to keep them fueled and all sorts of things to run them. Also means you can now, because now it means that you can be war decked. If you own a structure in high sec, or you own a structure at all, you can then be war decked. So it comes with some risk and it comes with some cost, but the benefits you get is pretty good. Sounds more like a job than a hobby. Usually it's not run by one person. Usually it's a corporation. Like any of our structures is all, if we have them, it's run by the corp. You know, we have multiple people doing multiple parts of it. But yeah, it's a lot of work. The other thing too is, like, for example, that clone bay was free. However, they could set, say, 100,000 ISK as a price, and every time someone switches a clone, it pays them, right? That won't happen to be free, which is very nice of them. That's also a refinery, so people can bring ore there and process it, usually cheaper with more efficiency and cheaper than an NPC station, and they get a small cut usually, is what they do, to help pay for it. Some of them can be set up on a moon, so you can pull up chunks of the moon and mine that to get better ore. There's all sorts of reasons you'd want to have structures. But it's a lot of work to maintain, again. Best to do it as a corp or an alliance, a group of people managing it. My next plan is, because usually I end up doing one thing, so I'm thinking of just, when we go back, I might just jump my clone to that one And then tomorrow we can jump back, and that'll have our clones kind of all positioned where we want them. I don't know if it's 900,000 is worth me jumping into my ship, going over there, getting out of the ship, switching clones, switching to the ship. But I am considering just having one clone and getting everything kind of aligned with that one clone, which we kind of currently have if we don't run the blitzing, which is why I'm kind of leaning that way.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, we just got to get the bases sorted. Tiny, if you're still here, do you have like a resource you use that tells you kind of how to do each of them? Is there, or do you just read it and figure it out? What? What's this? Kind of a resource for all of the bases. So that's the next thing I have to set up. I think I'm set up for the agents and the teams.
Active.
Oh, it's in here. Okay, I was wondering, like, what skill am I missing? But that's because I have a warp disruptor, I think, in here. Or some such, yeah. This one. Oh, cargo hold, it says it right there. Look at that. So Hateless has bases as well set up? I didn't see his bases. I'll take a look at that. That makes sense. That's what I'm still figuring out is like, what is going to be my ISK making? Okay. So I multiple Alex, well, can I just call you Alec? I'll call you Alec. Unless you say no. Multiple thoughts there. First rule for me. And now I'm going to caveat this saying, yes, I measure things in ISK per hour because that's what people understand. But for me, number one, have fun. ISK, or fun per hour, not ISK per hour. So whatever is most fun for you, do that. If it makes money and you do it a lot, regardless of how much ISK per hour, you will get ISK, right? Used to enjoy running combat sites, so I'd run these. Hidden refuge dens, I'd run these. Looking for escalations and then run the escalations. Doesn't make a lot of ISK unless you get really lucky on drops. But I did that and made money. Nobody does the Garistas one? Okay. Good to know. Yeah, if it takes too long, right? I guess that makes sense. You just skip that one. You skip them for free anyway, right? So. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Check this out. Notes. New note. Okay, so
Drive active.
not hatless. He'll yell at me if he sees that I did that. And don't run Garistas. Wow, I'm having problems typing today. There, now I'll remember that when I'm looking at it. You can do Ashmu in a cheap Vagabond. Ooh, I like Vagabonds, and that almost fits my criteria. Although, again, with the way my brain's working, I'm thinking about it. I would like, again, how we have the unified Nurgle, I'd like to get a unified ship that just can run them all with different fits. I'm hoping that's what we're at. And I know it's a little more expensive to set up, but I'm looking long-term and simplicity for my little mind. Well, my big mind, but getting old. So we'll see. I'll do some research. It's only like at worst, what, 3? There's 4 bases. We don't do Grista, so at worst 3 ships.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Talos Burner is cheap Deimos. Yeah, I think that's why I had a Deimos. I think I have a Vagabond too. Hull already. I have an Ikitursa hull too, so if we can get a unified Ikitursa and then uses all the same stuff our Nurgle does, and then we just get a Well, there's Shack for running full missions when I feel like doing it. That might be fun. And they all run in one clone. I'll just put the warp speed clone probably on it all. We'll see. We'll see. That's currently in the processing stage. But thank you for the information. I do appreciate it, and any information is welcome. I'm not arguing with you. I'm thinking. So this all now gets put into keepers. This is all stuff that I'm kind of keeping to pass on to other people. All these blueprints will probably end up with my industry guy once he's set up. That stays here. Okay. We're going to have to make some more boxes. All right. Now we're in an empty clone here, so that's cool. Let's grab... I'll show you with the Garmer, because this is kind of my peak. This is where it's super good. So the key here is that each run doesn't necessarily make a lot of money, but you do them so fast that your sheets add up to roughly 60 million an hour. If you do them like... And again, it's fun. So we're going to look what's in here. What do you got? Oh, I hadn't emptied them for my last one. We want Tranquil Darks, so everything else goes away. We can pop these there. This all goes into my Abyss box. And this is our setup. So, again, it's not cheap, and some of it's a little more blingy than it needs to be. So, for example, right here I have a Shadow Serpentis 1 meganewton afterburner. You don't need this. You can just run any afterburner. I just put this in here because I had one, and I like to go fast. And it's pretty safe. I'm not likely to lose this ship. It is T2. You probably get away with... It might take you a little longer, but you could meta launchers and faction ammo instead of the T2 stuff if you needed to. So you use the Arbalest and the... I used thermal for a reason, but that's fine. You use the Navy Scourge or Navy Thermal. Probably Thermal or EM. So yeah, so you can switch these down to Arbalest launchers and the faction ammo. I use thermal because when you look at the actual stats, most targets in the Abyss are either thermal or EM. There's a couple that would be Scourge from Realner, sorry, or whatever. This one seems to hit most of the targets fine. And again, we're going so fast. The faster, the less chance they can hit you, right? Yes. So it's a bit of a speed tanking thing, but you're in a dark anyways. So you're going to be going, like this says 1400. We're doing more than 2000 once we're in there. Again, you don't need the bling. Any of this stuff. The only thing, target painter's fine too. You can up this. I use this for fitting. I don't think I have enough power grid to fit an upper one, and it doesn't matter. The shield booster you might meta. It might be a little sketchier, but I'll show you how fast this is. And again, this is mostly stuff you could fit as an alpha. I think you can do T2 guns still, right? And then the rigs. So it's a little expensive here, but most of that's in this. If I take this off... Oh, that didn't help. Put it in its own box. See, drops it by like 20 million. A lot of the expenses in the hull itself. Where'd it go? Oh, that's all stuff I'm moving. Oh, come on. So this is one that I use, and we'll show you this one. The other option, so this one makes a little bit less money, but it does do them roughly the same speed. So with the Abyss, if you weren't aware. Okay, good. So that's fine. You can fit that 80 million, 90 million-esque. Again, start with something cheaper, build up to that, then buy the Garmer, right? The other option is... Oh, did I tear it apart? I was packed. Maybe I packaged the wrong one. Hang on. Oh, yeah, this is the wrong one. Crap. Okay. I got rid of it because I wasn't using it. This is my rocket one that I was using for other stuff 1,000 years ago. I have a cat in front of my monitor. Here it is, Corvus. So this is the other option. Arbalest rocket missile launchers. Running the Scourge or Inferno, doesn't matter. Want to double check something, because I always forget. Some of the Kaldari ships are... Yeah, you want to run the kinetic. You want to run Scourge. Pretty much exclusively because of the bonus. Especially once you got your skills trained up. So that's fine. You can do that. So this would be your run here. So it's all arbalesques with faction ammo in the highs. Micro warp. Small clarity. Right? 2 damage in the blows. These are cheap T1s, mostly for fitting, because nothing. It's the not a lot of fitting on the destroyer, as you can see. And then your rigs. So this does the same thing. I really rambled there and lost track of my thoughts because I was showing you the fit. Okay. Abyssals, when you use a cruiser, you use 1 filament, you get loot. Right? No, I don't know if it's the Epic Arc Field. I made that one. I don't know. Oh, for the Corax. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. When I do the Epic Arcs now, I do them in my Confessor. Right here. That's what Calypso is for. Sorry. When you run in a cruiser, you use 1 filament, you get loot. When you run in a destroyer, you use 2 filaments. Technically, you can go with 2 people, but you use 2 filaments, you get 2 times the loot. Frigates, you use 3 filaments, get 3 times the loot. So the fact that the Garmer can run it solo just as fast as my destroyer means I make more money. Overall. So we'll show you this. It's the same basic principle. The other one I have, if you want to do other filaments, is a Thrasher. Oh, did I get rid of him too? Oh no, here he is. Zoom and boom. This guy. Exactly the same process, but you run electricals. You run electricals, it makes you cap stable in the electricals, and you do the exact same thing we're about to do. So let's go ahead. I'll show you this in action. This is pretty cool. Oh, looks like we might, well, we're running T0s, we should be fine. I always look because, you know, when you run higher ones. I'll talk about it here in a second. So, let me get into warp. Okay, so I have 1 missile split out to its own. So what I do is, you enter the room, you fly straight for the cache. You launch 1 missile at the cache. The rest goes on your target. Okay, you run the afterburner, you run your targeting enhancer and your repper and your afterburner. Just run it all the time. You fly for the cache, you put 1 missile. Usually I double click near the cache after I've started moving. Once it's destroyed, you loot the cache while still shooting the guy. You put your other gun on the other guy. Yeah. No, yeah, this is perfectly safe. Once you've got this, it's safe. It's about speed, this one. So again, you don't need this ship to run T0s. This runs them in, when you get it right, less than 3 minutes. Is the point. Anyway, so one missile on the back, the cache until it's dead. Ignore the other loot cans. Everything goes on your target, you loot it, you get out. And you do that really fast. I'll show you here. So first thing, if you're running not in a frigate, you have to fleet with yourself. Or not in a cruiser. Because technically these are for fleets. And then you activate for use target. There we go. Activate. Jump the gate, and we're just going to move. It's expensive, but yes, technically this is overfit because of my alpha. You can meta down anything you can't fit. And it's Garistas and... No, sorry, it's Caldari. Caldari Galente, right? We're not in yet? Okay. For training. It's Galente and Caldari. But yeah, it is alpha friendly. Just expensive. Here we go. So then the other thing you can do is when you hit the second rooms, you end up coasting. So you just leave it until you're within missile range, which is pretty good. We're at 53 kilometers. So I'm just going to approach. Afterburner. Then we just leave these on for the whole run. We lock this guy. We lock the cache. Where's the cache? There it is. So I'm double clicking down near it, so we'll fly towards it. Not the gate. I messed it up because I was talking. So normally it's faster than this. I've already messed this one up. Let me loot it. Yeah, I messed it up. So don't count this room. This is a bad room. Because I should already be at the gate at this point. But because I messed up. Now, look how far we went past it. You could hit the brakes if you're not fast. Like you just, as you get close, you slam on the brakes. But I messed it up. Hang on. We'll do the next room better. I haven't done this in a few days. We'll just jump the next one. We keep everything running because we are cap stable. Oh, no, we're not. Not in this one. Oh, wait. Yes, this one's cap stable. Unless you're getting neuted, which you don't get in T0s, as far as I know. Don't even have to reload your ammo between rooms. Yeah, no, this is fast. And again, that was a botched room. I'll show you this one a little better. We want... Basically, once we're within 53 kilometers of the target. So right now, we can start hitting this guy. So we're just going to drift, because right now they're not targeting me. And we have our afterburner left on, so we get our speed. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. And then, where's our biocache? Over here. Loot it. Put our missile on this guy. So once you loot, you target right about here, and I'm just mashing my button. And eventually, it just loots. Can's empty. Head to the gate. Actually, since we're just going to jump it anyway, we'll just do that. We might kill him before we get there. And then through the gate before the animation starts, right? Just over 2 minutes. 2 minutes 20 with that botched first room. Approach. Nope. Approach this. Approach this. If I do this right. I've moved all my windows around too, so everything's weird. And then over here, loot it. Get the missiles, all the missiles in the other guy. Hopefully it registers. It didn't register. It does that to me sometimes, which is weird. It's really annoying. There we go. So this is for locking speed. This is the main thing you're using it for. It also gives you maximum locking range, but that doesn't matter as much. I know he's not dead. There we go. Activated the last gate at just over 3 minutes. 3:15. And then you can look here. Stack all. So I even just look at this. 1.4 million, but you can see here, if we sold everything, it's roughly 2.5 million. And you can do, with 3 minutes, so you can do like, in 10 minutes, you can do, words are hard, 9 times 6, right? So like 9 times 6 is a lot. 34, 36, well, I can't. Almost 60 million an hour, 54 million an hour, or 50, yeah, 54. I can do math. Oh my God, my brain is so mudded today. Must be Friday. And then we just do it again. And again, not a lot per run, but with how fast it is, that's what it works out to. Oh yeah, we have to... And again, it's just as fast in that Corax I showed you. You just get 1/3 less. You get only 2/3 of the loot because you get an extra dip. But like, it still works out to be between 30 and 40 mil an hour, depending on what you get. And I usually only count the surveys because I keep all my filaments. All right, so we start by approaching. We lock, turn on all our things, shoot the cache. We lock. We're gonna move to moving near it so we don't stop. Boom, boom. Then we loot. Put our missiles on the guy. For some reason they didn't go. Turn on our repper. Close. We'll loot again just to make sure it registers, hopefully. There's a little bit, yeah. But again, it's basic math, right? Now that said, I think once you get up to like the tier 4 plus, it's probably still better. This is my fit. I don't have it shared out. Give me a sec here. When I'm out of here, I go find a way to get you the fit. Or you can just simulate it. open up your simulator and follow along. And then missiles on that guy, so all the missiles are going good. Why didn't it register? Did it again. Going too fast. Oh, Garmer. Yes, the name of the ship is the Garmer. That's all you needed. And this guy, see, this guy's doing a little bit of damage, but... So if he's not dead, he's dead. I was gonna say, if he doesn't die before I hit the gate, I might orbit, but... Room 2 in under 2 minutes. Wait till we're close. Where's the cache? Over here? Oops. I already messed up. Come on, loot it. We're in range. I don't know why it's doing that to me today. Must be a desync thing. Can we shoot this guy? That'd be fantastic. We're gonna actually, because I messed up, we're gonna orbit at... Just to keep our traversal up. It shouldn't matter, he's probably gonna die anyway. It's not on the tree. No, I don't have it saved out or anything. It's just on me here. I got... That should be the end of it? No, one... Yeah, that was it. Okay. Is it this one? Yeah, this is the lighter one. So... Again, I didn't bother with the Republic Fleet one, but you could do that if you want. This is like the first version of it. I've actually toned this down a fair bit. Oh, that's overkill. No, no, no. That's right. This is my gonna go to fit, but it doesn't save anything. I tried this. It saves like a few seconds. No? Okay. That's fine. I don't know why I'm being so dumb. I'll just do this. So again, it's a pretty simple idea. We'll reload our guns while we're sitting here. So the rigs, small capacitor control circuit 2. I'm just going to show the fit. We'll dock up while we're doing this, just so we're not sitting out here. So we go here, we go to fitting. There you go. There's the fit. Now you tweak it to skills, right? If you can't fit, I would probably tone this down first. Take this down to the Arblast and faction ammo as your first cut, because that's going to save you the most power grid for the most part. So there you go.
Docking permission requested.
See, and this isn't... Oh, of course. Duh.
Docking request accepted.
Oh, I see. Right here. If you go to the... Wait for things to load. Thank you, Lara. That would be good. So if we go to the trip... It is in the ship tree. It is. Ship tree. Gristas. Not Gristas. Yeah. And it's... No, not Gristas. Sorry. It's Mardu Legion. Not Gristas. Right here. Frigate. So it's in the tree right there. This is the battleship we were flying earlier, for example. So both of my ships. 2 of my 3 ships. I think I have some of these around. I have 2 in Jita too, so we could do something with an Orthus as well. But this is the ship you're looking for. It's under Mardu's Legion. I know I said Garistas, I meant Mardu's Legion. Of course. Alright, what are we at? Ooh. We can go 20 minutes. So what do we do next? I have Return Red. It was a brain to keyboard error if I've ever seen one. Fair enough. Okay. So that was fun. So we got that. That's good. Let's take our Cerberus out. I did tweak the Tengu a little bit. Mainly, I dropped all the scanning and hacking stuff. I figured if I'm going to do the hacking, I would just go out and do that deliberately with an actual like Stratios or something, Astero. So that's the main thing, which allowed me to add, I think, a little bit more tank is what I added. And then I put Kaldaris down here. I think I had those before, but yeah. So we're ready for the Crimson Harvest. This is what we're going to run. But let's go ahead and get in this. Let's make sure this guy's still good. Board ship. Make sure he's got everything on him still. So we were running T3s with this guy. It looks like we're doing T2, so we'll do another T2 icon words to warm up, and then we'll probably go up to a T3. It's a little more expensive, so I don't want to lose it, but this will be good. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do one T2, just because it's in our hold. And we'll grab a T3 as well. Dark. No, we'll put 2, we'll put 3, just in case. We do have a T5. I don't have any T4 filaments, so if we decide that we're ready. And this is me relearning this stuff now. This ship is also kinetic locked, I believe. Wow, I didn't have these in their little box. Alright. So this is the T2 assault frigate for the Kaldari. Show info. No, assault cruiser. Wow, it's an assault frigate. Heavy assault cruiser. And we're looking here. Nope, here. I'm still getting used to this new window. This came after I quit. Right here. So I'm getting a 25% bonus to kinetic missiles. And we're doing heavy assault. Or heavy missiles or heavy assault? I don't remember now. Take a look. Got to check all my stats before we jump in. And I think I have this maxed as well. Does this tell me my skills anywhere? No. It should have them here. I guess you don't want that, though. That's fine. So we're at 34 kilometer range. This is going to be a similar idea where we drift in first. I haven't tried that Garmer fit outside of T0s because, again, it's fit to purpose, right? It's not fit for survivability. It's for being safe and making a bunch of money really fast. This is what I'm running higher tier stuff with. Yeah, it should have done that when you did the hashtag Discord. I'll have to fix that. Stupid bots. I have to launch my Discord. Give me a sec. Alara, do you have the link? And are you doing your homework? 2 questions. Have to parent. It's just who I am. Ooh, I know. Window just popped up. I can show you. I actually have it on the workbench. Give me a second. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Let's not just sit here and wait for gankers to come find me.
Drive active.
I'll get it. I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm like 3/4 of the way there. Oh, that's the settings. In rights. Oh, I'm in streamer mode. Disable. Wouldn't show me while I'm in streamer mode. Lots of good questions. We will answer those in just a minute. There we are. Too many windows open. Cloudbot means. Oh, it's hashtag social now. If I put a. Okay, and the link. I'm just going to try this. And then. There's the link there anyway. Okay, you made it. Did it send you the link? So it's not sending it. Okay, weird. I'll figure out the bot later. We won't mess with them. That's probably why the... Why didn't you dock? Doesn't matter, we're here now. Fair enough.
Docking permission requested.
Let me bring up my thing. Not that. Okay.
Docking request accepted.
There you are. Workbench. And then I have fits. So where are my fits? I only have one. View it. No, not toggle anonymous. How do I view my own fits? We'll go here. Nope, that's not it either. Why don't they have an easy way? That is so weird. Huh. This is so weird. How can I not view my fits? That should be like... Event. I'll just do it this way then until I have a chance to look. I never... It worked for when I built it, it worked. It's not here. I want to show you the tanking numbers, but you don't look in-game because it doesn't tell you your actual tanking numbers. It doesn't take into account your resists. It's published in public. Oh. Okay. Now will it show up for me? There we are. So this here, this is where you look for the numbers. So we have an effective EHP of 473 hit points per second. But if you actually look at the rep number, this is why I like EFT, because you can toggle all this, but if we looked in game, and we get the Tengu. And we go to rep module. It only says 203, right? The raw rep number is 203. It's not cap stable at that. That's for emergencies. You should almost never need that. So there's only one of them on its half, right? 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. 203. But yeah, I always, when I'm actually building ships, I like to use tools that show me the actual numbers because that means more. You don't want to know what booster I'm using. I'm using 2 of these. Pitham C-type medium shield boosters. Roughly. Again, not a cheap fit, but that's, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this Abyss. Actually, how long do we have before our next break? I'm going to do the break early so we don't get interrupted, because that would kind of be sucky if
Docking permission requested.
Twitch decided to throw an ad up while I'm in the midst of it. Can we stack all these? Dock, please.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
So yeah, let me get on the break. I'll do that now because I got to refill my water and whatnot. And then when I come back, we're going to run the T2 and then maybe a T3. Because I don't use that ship just for those sites. It's for all of them. This way I don't have to mess around with it. And it gives me good numbers anyway. I mean, yeah, it's just a laziness thing. Because if I'm out and around, like, we'll finish that discussion. If I'm out and around, so for some of the events, you have multiple different kinds of rads, right? For example, this one, you could be fighting the Telemon or the Blood Angels. If I feel like doing one side over the other, I don't want to have to stop, go back, fit it up, right? So if there's variance in what you want to tank for, I don't want to have to refit every time I want to do a different kind of site. Because I want to just, in the moment, go, I'm going to go do this one. That's why. Short answer. You're right, I probably should fit to the room. But again, it's also for the winter event. Whatever we have to face there. For the Capsuleer Day event. Whatever we have to face there, right? This is my event. It's my event ship. Yeah, a lot of people build for alpha friendly. I think that's cool. For sure. I'm like, okay, let me do this break real quick and then we'll get the Abyss started. So stand by. I will be right back. All right, we're back. Let's get our user interface back up. There we go. Oh, microphone's all weird. Good. All right, are we ready for this? We're going to do a T2 and then we're going to try some T3s. This should, once my skills are on par and up to it, we should be able to run T4s with this. Hopefully. Should be capable. I'm the one that's not capable.
Warp drive active.
Dutch, thanks for the follow. Welcome. All right, T2 dark, here we go. Just as a warm-up, and then we'll try another T3. I know we did a T3, I'm pretty sure we did a T3 last time I was playing it. But yeah, those anomic, we're going to do more of those anomic agents next stream. For sure, we'll probably spend all Monday doing it. I'll probably do some on the weekend too. And we'll get set up for the bases as well. Which one's which? I'm assuming this is the T2? Yes. Can never remember. If we accidentally go on the wrong one and we lose our ship, then oh well. One day, I'm going to just start multi-boxing. That's something I've never really explored either. I've only ever had, like, one account at a time. Okay. I should have remembered how to use this. I think it's cap stable. Quick simulation says yes. And the biocache. Biocache gets 1. Frigates get dual web. Lots going on. Where's my other web? Can we get the other web on him, please? Did we shoot past it because we're too fast? Woo! I didn't mentally prepare myself. That was fun. Ah, missed it again. No, we didn't. All right. I was getting rid of the frigates because, oh, it's actually the Cinnaballs that are nuding me, huh? Whoopsie. Should have been looking. I assumed it was the frigates. That's bad. It's okay though, we're not hurting. This is why we warm up. We might have to do another 2 because I've messed this one up something fierce. So now we're orbiting the gate. We probably got it a little bit tighter. What's this? Max velocity, yep. Even better. Wow. Look how fast we're going. Why aren't you web? Oh, you got out of range, huh? What's your range? 14? So you're in range, we'll grab you. We gotta get one of these guys down. We'll let the reps... We'll keep it above a quarter, if we can. Let the reps do their job. And 14. Okay, we recovered. Good thing that wasn't a particularly hard room. This still didn't loot. I just noticed. Not hitting buttons fast enough. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, it's okay. We got lots of time. Reload on our way to the gate. So we split these out, again, one for the cache. It's okay, we're fast once we get lined up. Oh, we're outside of that cloud, so we're not going to be quite as fast. But we should hit the cloud here just before we hit the gate, right? Oh, no, it was out here. No, that's the biocache. Where was that cloud? Oh, there it is. Can't zoom out far enough to actually see it. It's like all around us. Okay, this time we'll drift in. We'll get as close as we can. 34 kilometers at worst. And again, barely any damage taken. Yes, this fit should be able to run T4s, so we're slightly over. And that wasn't a particularly damaging room. There are some DPS rooms that you really got to watch. So you notice here we're drifting forward. We're not doing anything yet because everything's out of my ranges. We have a little bit of time. Where's my cache? There it is. So there we go. Lock the cache, start locking. And we'll take that. Should be just one volley, and then which are the frigates? And Ripper on. Come on, loot it. Yeah, it's not. Oh, is it? Is it at that time? Who's nuding me? And it's the dissipators that are nuding. I gotta pay attention. That's the one. That's why I'm doing T2s, because I'm trying to remember what target priority is. I don't care about this because I'm not using a micro warp drive, but I need to kill these guys, the dissipators. So we'll take them down now. Yeah, I love the Cerberus. It is. I say this about every ship, but you know, it is among my favorite ships in the game. We'll get the 2 neuters down. And then we'll get the frigate. Why am I on the Spearfisher? Whoops. I'm terrible at this game. We'll see, we'll see how much damage we're actually taking. Might as well finish him off now. Can we kill him? Oh, we'll web this guy. We'll get him slowing down. Alright. At least we're not taking a lot of damage. Again, this is why we run practice runs first before we go into the danger zone. And we'll start repping here. We got lots of cap now. This should take him down. Yeah, and this is an Omega ship. You have to be Omega to fly this. It's a T2. Alright. And then let's see what's actually doing damage to us here. The Lancer. So we'll take him down next. This guy's not doing anything to us. No. Yes, it is cap stable normally. It's just I was being neuted. So they were reducing my capacitor. That's what we were talking about earlier, where you have to have a certain percentage to resist the newts. So I always take them down first, right? I'm extra 3%, so it's not a lot. But I also have a 27% resistance to whatever they're doing for newts. So that also helps. Get this guy down. This shouldn't take long. He should slow down. We can see our velocities. So actually, if you watch here, this is the one we care about because of missiles. So you can actually watch that drop when we put the webs on. If you are curious. But yes, it's cap stable basic when not neutered. Reload. Jump. I should probably have let this recharge a little bit, but again, as long as we take care of the neuters first. Alright. Oh, so this is anchoring, spark needle. I don't see anything that should be... We'll probably kill... Well, it doesn't matter. I think we can kill all of this just in whatever order. We might take out the anchoring first. Striking's probably the right one. He's probably the most... The strikings are probably first. Doom, and doom, and then... And we'll actually just combine these. Oh, we can't while they're shooting. That's fine. Not at all. More big gate. So watch his speed. 1300. 500. the rest of these guys. So I'm pretty sure the striking's the ones because they ramp up over time with their damage. So if you can, you take them out first. We're not using an MWD, so we don't care about anchoring. We want these guys gone before their damage ramps up too high. So let's order these guys out like that. That'll be the order. We can probably just... yeah, because we'll get the anchoring. See if any of the Damivex have really spooled up yet. Maybe the anchoring doesn't shoot us. There. Spark Needles did a good shot there for 40, but we're all good here. We can manage our capacitor a little bit. This is the Omega. This is the Cerberus, the heavy assault cruiser. And the reason we're focus firing is because when you're webbing them down, that's the one you want to be applying damage to. Look at how slow they're going compared to their friends. So cool. But yeah, it's the Omega one. Pump the brakes. Let's get our repper back on now that we've recovered some capacitor. Look at our reps. Like, we don't... yeah. We should be able to do 3s. I just need to get some practice so I don't fumble the beginnings. This is the origin conduit. So it is the final room. So we had time to spare. So at least there's that. You can tell it's the Omega one because it's much bulkier. It's got more bulk. No, I'm sure there's probably some stuff we can do for T4s, for alphas, for sure. Again, I haven't done alphas for a long time. Okay, we're just going to do it. We're going to do a fierce. We're just going to jump in. Even though I messed up that one pretty bad. We lose the ship, we lose the ship, right? We're in our empty clone? Yes. But yeah, we can look, once I dock up, let me do this, and then we can see. I mean, you might be able to get a Caracal to do it in the dark. I haven't looked. Oh yeah, we have to break our invuln. It would have broke itself eventually, but okay. Yeah, not bad so far. You hide the ammo. Why did that not? Oh, because we're in the middle of a session change. It was only 3 mil. Ooh, okay, this is a... which one is this? Charybdis. Ooh, okay, we need to kite this guy. We need to get under his guns. I'm going to orbit you at 30. Should be able to get under his guns here. And we'll web him so he doesn't pull us off. He's going to try to pull us out of the arena. Can we start shooting him? That would be good. What do we got? We got nothing we care about, really. We will watch that he's not pulling us. He's going to try to pull us that way, so... we should be in a position where he's not hitting us. And they went, and again, because we're not using a micro warp drive, we are getting full kite here, which is another advantage. He does take a hot minute to get down, though. And we'll have to watch for the edge of the arena. I might start cutting across behind him. We should be able to take at least a hit. I don't want to get in too close that our speed goes up too. So I'm manually kiting at the moment, so we're trying to make small changes to our positioning, keeping him in range while not diving straight in on him. Because if he hits us with a wrecking shot, it could hurt. But I'm also being cognizant of the fact that he's trying to pull us to the edge of the arena. So in front of him is not where we want to be. We may have to go back and forth behind him. So I'm roughly trying to stay... Ooh. Did that hit me? Okay, we're getting through him. If we do have to make a drastic change, we'll want to do it between shots, right? We can web him. I managed to close that distance, which is good. Don't worry about the loot once he's dead, because he's the only thing in here that's a threat. And again, if we were micro warp drive fit, we'd have to kill the anchoring guy, the spearfisher. But now we can just take these guys down. Yeah, so if we were micro warp drive fit, this guy would be turning that off, and we'd want to fix that toot sweep. But because we're afterburner fit, we don't have to worry about it. So that's one of the scarier rooms you can get, actually, and it handled it just fine in a T3. We're going to actually start outdistancing these guys. Well, we're traveling about, yeah, because I've slowed him down. He's going to actually fall out of web range here in a second. He fell out of web range. That's fine. We don't need to web the cruisers. We have to reload before the next guy. Oh, we'll get a reload cycle here. Maybe the one can take him out. We'll see.
Has run out of charges.
Now we can probably web. Oh, I should have reloaded that other gun, but that's okay. We'll just run it. 6 mil, not bad haul. I'm just shutting down Eve for now since I'm more interested in what you're doing in the own game. The amount of issues you get constantly the same, for example. No. There's like a loot table. It's about that. Like it about balances, but it's not always. Oh, there was another one here. I didn't even see him. So you can roughly estimate. As you get higher tiers, when you start dropping blueprints and modules, you can get a lot more variance, but the early ones seem to be roughly the same. And again, it's actually going to look like I'm getting less here because I'm running it in a cruiser, which means I'm not getting that 3 times loot buff you get when running them in frigates. You can do, I think, tier 3s in probably a different fit for the Garmer. I think you'd struggle with the battleships, though. You'd probably want a multi-box. Or have friends come with you. Let's reload. We'll turn this off for the second. We'll jump this gate. Because we're going to drift while we reload. We'll let our capacitor come back. We'll see what we're up against. Well, it depends on what you're doing, Alex. Frigates... Depends on what you're doing. That's a hard one to say. I'm not necessarily saying the best or the worst. It's just, what are you after? The best thing is to run T4, T5, T6 Abyss. That's what's best, to be honest. So we're just drifting in right now, how they let us. And then once I'm within range or they start targeting me, we'll jump into action here. Leave some of those open. What do we got, actually? Tracking, we don't care. Missile guidance, that's a good one. That's a good guy to hit first. Can we lock this guy? Why aren't we locking this guy? You go down first. Because he affects our missile application, so we're going to do more damage if we get rid of him. We got to get rid of the webbers too. But we're okay for now. Are you web range? You are now, so get the webs on them. Yeah, so like the best money is when you can get into like the really expensive, really good ships and fly T5, T6. Especially, I haven't done much T5. I used to do a couple. But if you're looking to make a bunch of money quick and you're not running T4s and 5s, you do technically probably want to do frigates and as fast as you can, if it's for the money. If you're just having fun, just fly whatever you want, which is the best way to do them. Build ships, fly them, see what happens. And again, I that's how I usually play. I measure IS per hour just because that's a metric people can understand. You don't know how much, you don't necessarily know how much fun I'm having. So it's a harder one to articulate. Oh, I think I know the answer, but either way I'll ask. Can other players enter the worm when you start the abyss and kill you? No. No. In the basic abyss, it's an instance that's just you and the people you bring with you, so people in your fleet. I don't know if it's still always or if it's occasional. There was, I think it's during events, they had a PvP, certain filaments could trigger a PvP room where multiple people would enter the room at the same time if they were all doing Abyss, but I don't know if that's still a thing. It's been a while. I'm just taking down the Webbers here. The Wardens. Again, we don't care about the Spearfisher because we don't. I wonder if we could run drones. Oh yeah, we didn't replenish our drones, did we? I think we can fly through 5, yeah? No, only 3 with this guy. Okay. We could bring out our drones. They'll probably get eaten, but we can try them. Really should be webbing their target too, but we'll watch for yellow boxes. Watch for drones to start taking damage. But yeah, no, it's a safe space. Now, some of the higher tier ones do give you a suspect flag up here. So you can be shot when you come out of the hole if you've got that. So you want to be careful when you get to the higher tier stuff. Depending on what space you're in and what tiers you're running, you can get flagged and then people can gank you when you come out of the hole. So you want to make sure you have a nice hidey spot. Force them to have to scan it down at the very least, right? We're going to want to reload before we start hammering on these cruisers. We can web them down for the drones. Drones are still okay. This is room 2? Yeah. Not bad. Again, this is just a grind room, right? This is like your DPS check room. It's just grind them down fast enough. The Charybdis is a tanking room. The idea is you want to be able to tank their shots somehow. Like we were kite tanking it, so he was missing. If you don't have enough tank, you will lose. Christopher Strike, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Okay. Oh. This guy's taking some damage, so we'll pull him back. That's this guy targeting him. Let's just return all the drones. Oh, yeah. I had a feeling that was happening. Now that we're red boxed again, we can bring the drones back out. That guy took a little hit. I gotta watch for that. I was looking at chat. I'll answer your question in 1 second, Alec. Good question. And it depends on what you're selling. So I will answer that as fully as I can in a minute once we're done this conduit. Get home before he kills you. And web. Oh, he's out of range for the webs yet? Oh no, he was just in range when I hit it. If I forget when we're out, ask again. No worries. Make sure the drones get home. We'll reload our guns. We can turn this off for a second. Okay, final room. Hopefully it's doable. Drones are in. Lucifer room. Ooh. The drams we have to kill, right? Or the cruisers. The Cinnaball has to go down. If I remember correctly. I'm going to lock up all these frigates because they're going to be the ones that do nuding and webbing. And we have neuters on the field. That's this guy, the Cinnaball. Lucifer Cinnaball. Exactly why I thought he had to go down. Down he goes. What else we got? These Ixions have to go because they're affecting our missiles, but we want him gone first, if we can, just to make us cap stable. Then this guy, and then the other one. Where's the other one? There he is. Yeah, we can't. Ooh, we have another neuter. These Furies are also neuting. Is that the only other one? 1, 2 newts. Okay. Web this guy. Come on. Apply missiles. Probably should have taken the frigate first because he's easier to kill, but I didn't see him in time. I'm assuming they also have... The Echoes might be repping? Maybe? I think we're going to be okay. We can try some dronage. A lot of frigates here. We might regret this. Drones immediately start taking hits. Don't forget to loot. Thank you. I'm standing still here, but it doesn't matter because we're webbed, so. I was too focused on taking down things. Ixion. Oh good, my drones are in. For a second I thought I lost drones. Oh, let's get these. I'm gonna go over here. And we'll web these down. Already? Oh, what do we have? Oh, I know what we have. Hang on. Right here. This one. Medium deviant automata suppressor is shooting my drones. So we're just gonna stay. We're just gonna leave the drones in. We're killing these because they're affecting our computer guidance, which makes it harder for us to kill the frigates anyways. We should have time to burn through this room. Ooh, why aren't we hitting this guy for as much as I'd like? Let's go chasing them down so we can web them. Because they're going really fast. So we'll go chase them down instead. We can start applying. How fast are you going now? So they were doing micro warp drive impulses, it looks like. We can get into range. He's
A module has run out of charges.
we're going about the same speed, so
A module has run out of charges.
that's hard. The Webbers, there's too many of the Webbers, but we could try taking these guys out instead. Get our webs up. And then we'll get those guys. So we can be faster. See how that works. There's a lot of them, but if we can get back on our speed, we can catch these guys. I think I handled that room very poorly. How close is this automata? We might be okay now. We'll see how bad it is. Nope, there's the guns. You can see the shots right there. These little sparks are them shooting at my drones. It's just not friendly. See, our speed is already increasing. We got rid of one web. So now we're actually faster than these guys. I spent too long shooting this Lucifer. So if we die, that'll be the main cause. I'm tanking, but you have a time limit, right? I have 3.5 more minutes. If I don't kill these guys and jump the gate in 3.5 minutes, I lose. And I lose my ship. Which, again, I spent too long shooting this guy and not doing anything. That's my fault. Be very sad, but that's life. Cross your fingers, everybody. I think it's doable, maybe. It'd be better if I could get my drones out, but the deviant automata suppressor is too close. We could kite away, but I suppose that would have been an option, get further away. I don't remember what their actual range is. Don't think it tells us. 40 kilometers optimal. Which means he's just inside it, eh? Come on, kill it. What's taking so long? This thing should be like half dead already. Okay. Be very careful with this. Just for a few seconds, just to tear him down. We're not going to make it, guys. I don't think so. 2 minutes. No, we're done. We've lost it. We're about to run out of rounds, too. Yeah. Oh, well. It was fun. '07 indeed. Yep, 07 ship. Wait a minute, how fast is this guy going down? Their armor, probably armor tanked? No, they might be shields. Looks like shields, yeah, okay. If we can get our tracking, if we can get these guys dead. I don't think we have enough time. We're close. We got close. Makes for a sadness, doesn't it? Ooh, 40 seconds. I'm gonna head back to this. All right, moment of truth. 26 seconds. Aha. Come on. Don't count your chickens. Ah. We made it. With 10 seconds. A little close. A little closer than I normally like. But we did it. Oh, fun. Okay, I'm going to recover from that. Let's go, Doc. We got to repair our missiles.
Active.
So I had a lot of time. If I had gone after some of those frigates first, if I had caught onto the deviant automata suppressor and pulled away first, probably would have shaved a whole lot of time off that room. Oh. But, no, I'm good. That's how I like it. I like when you almost don't make it. It's fun. It's exciting. Have to take a breather.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
Yeah, just don't
accepted.
panic, right? Reevaluate the situation and adjust. I have a cat hair in my mouth. Alright, got it. Okay. Now there was a question. Yeah, so the selling market stuff. Okay. Yeah, well, I'll change my pants when we're done streaming. I've got another few minutes. Okay. So if you're talking about the Abyss, let's unload. Woo! That goes into keepers. Yeah, so we, like I said, 8 million. So like I said, we're not making that much because that was a full 20 minutes to make 8 million, and that was 2 rooms, so more like 30 minutes. So it's not, but that's not why we do those. We do those because of that, because it's fun. When you're selling stuff, most stuff you have to sell to the market, to the players, right? But if you're talking specifically about for doing Abyss stuff, the only thing that's different is sell all this to players on the market if that's what you want to do, buy, sell orders, that stuff. I'm not a big market guy. These sheets right here, we'll look at the market. So if you look here, sometimes you can find people buying them. So 76,000, right? But here's the problem. You sell to that, you're going to lose it out. These actually sell to NPCs for a set price. So if you go up here, and I think it's... Is it Concord? Yeah, right here. So this Concord Bureau. So if you go up here and search for Concord. Actually, Concord. And then you look for stations, you find your closest station, and that's where you want to take them to sell them. They buy them for 100,000 ISK set price. That's why I have some there. Alright, so my closest one is... Starts with a... I wish you could sort this list a little bit, but... Yeah, I don't see it. K. Right here. 3 jumps away. Seems to be my closest one. I could scan, maybe there's one closer. But there you go. So that's where you sell these. Anything else, like if you want to sell, that goes... Oh. That goes into there for now because it's going to go to my industry. A lot of this stuff will end up there as well. But any filaments or any of these modules you sell, take those to a market and sell them. These sheets go there. Now I have a market alt. That's why these are sitting here. I drop them off. When I'm ready, I contract them to my market alt and she goes and sells them because she pays less taxes. It's just a min-max thing. It's not, and I'm not hard up for the cash. I sometimes save these up till I have like 200-300 million worth because I'm more about just running the sites. I'm very glad I didn't lose my Cerberus. That was awesome. Good omens indeed. We have to repair stuff. That's what I was doing. Sorry, it's holy smokes. Hope that answered your question. If not, do ask again. Again, all that depends on what you're going to do. For the longest time, I've run with just this character with almost no marketing skills. You could min-max it. It takes a little more time and effort to get the most out of everything you sell. But like my main here, like look at, there's almost nothing trained for market because he's not really for that. And what I would just do is I would just dump things to sell to buy orders. Yeah, I don't get, sometimes I miss a ton of money, but I'd rather spend that, I was spending that time running missions or doing a sites or whatever, right? That's just how I did it. But what I did do was once this character was happy, because what I did is I wanted all the subcaps, so I can fly anything subcapital. So you don't really need it. It does affect how much money you could make, though. So then what I did, once he was where I wanted him, I paused training here, made a second character on this account, and I'll show it. Actually, we can take a minute. I got to do some market stuff anyway. I have 2 other characters on this account training. Well, right now I'm training some stuff on Cal again, but we'll get there. So I have my main, I have this as my market alt, and this is my manufacturing industry alt that's currently being trained.
Connecting.
She's not perfect. I still have a bunch of training left to do for this one, but she does my blueprint, all my science, and market. And I'm going to be training her to haul so I don't have to move Kel around, because the idea is I got to keep Kel free to move around. Oh, she has some rewards. How? I didn't do anything. I must have completed that and then not gotten it yesterday. But you can see here, like, her trade skills aren't bad. I'm not a market mogul, but the biggest one for me was, this one's good. It gives me, I got a bunch of buyer. I think she can do like 45 of them. That's the modifying orders. Can never remember. Here we go. Each level in the skill subtracts a flat 0.3% from the cost associated with setting up a market order in a non-player station, which usually comes to 3% of the total order value. So that's one, because I do it in Dodixie or Jita. I think accounting's the other one. Proficiency at squaring away the odds and ends. Each level of the skill reduces sales tax by 11%. So she pays less taxes. That's the main thing I wanted, is these two. And these ones are all just giving me space. These ones are giving me slots because she does do bulk sometimes. Anyway, so that's what that is. And she also does my sciencing. They're not perfect skills again, but they're high enough that I can use it. Essentially, it's this one. These are for researching or making them into T2 blueprints, which I don't usually do. It's mostly this one to get the material efficiency, and that's for this one. So there's the copying speed. There's the one that gives us... Again, it's been a while since I've looked at this. Yeah, so this is all... There was one that's for doing the actual percent bonusing. I'll show you here. Yeah, industry is something I'm really just getting into. I had her set up mostly to do corp jobs. They would just tell me what to do and I'd do it. Send me blueprints to make copies of or whatever. But this one, the material efficiency and time efficiency training. So right now she's training these ammo up. So it's already 10% here. It will be 20% here. Oh no, she's making copies of these. My other research is already all done. Cool. So that's what she was doing, is researching these numbers so that I use less materials and it goes quicker. Now she's making copies so I can actually make some. So that's the first thing she does. The other thing she does is my market, which we'll check. Did I make any ISK? A little bit more. So yeah, you can see here she has 45 slots, which is plenty for me. And there's my tax rate. Brokerage free is 3%. Tax is 4.2%. But I just like my Dodixie I am. So I just make sure these are at the top. I'm trying to sell those. Yeah, there's not a lot of market here. I may have to move these to Jita. So I'm just gonna... Okay, I'll just drop it $1 million. See if they go. These are for my LP. This is, I'm trying to see if I can get... What? Did that count as modifying it now? That was supposed to be 3, not 9. It's supposed to be 2, in fact. Yeah, the trick to do with these, though, is like, man, this is what I'm trying to learn. Because, again, I was never really good at it. I usually just use her to dump it on the market. We can check this. And there's numbers here you can use to see how many and what they go for. So, they don't move very fast, right? Looks like maybe 1 or 2 a week. Yeah, something like that. 1 or 2 a week. And about the same price. So. But yeah, you don't need the skills. You can just dump it in there. Does joining a corporation matter? Corporate tax, I believe, affects sell orders? I know it does bounties and stuff. So it depends. So the other thing I used to do, and I haven't, right now I don't mind paying, because I do missions so much, I don't mind paying the taxes for Malro Corp. We do have a tax, but it's used for ship replacements and all the other event stuff that we do. So when I'm keeping it here, usually I have a corporation. I think she's not even in it. I do have a corporation that I hide people in that has a 0% tax. It's just for me. So I'll show you here. So that's what she does. She's copying and researching blueprints. Cal does all my combat. And then this guy here is the next project. He was going to be my faction warfare, but I'd probably do something else for that because he already has mining barges. He's my industry guy that I'm going to be training up, and he's got a long way to go. But I'll show you here because it's simple. I've got this guy, and I've got this corporate. No, it's not him. It's somebody else. He's got to leave this corp. Actually, probably. Might not. We'll see. Yeah, that's my industry guy. And that's how I do it. So he's going to do all my mining if I just feel like running mining, building things. But I got a long way to go on his skills. He's actually got good science too because he was set up for... No, it's not these. It's... All of them were set up for... mass reactions, which is something I got to get back into. So this is turning stuff into like fuel for stations and stuff like that. Again, I was doing that for the corp. You can see he's got mining up. So he's got the mining skills, he's got some salvaging skills, etc. He does have combat skills too. He's kind of an all-arounder, but we'll fix that. We'll fix all this. But yeah, so that's the fun. That's what we're setting up for. So in the background, I'll be running that, trying to make more. And I guess let's deep Ruben's question. Wow, I'm getting tired. Does joining a corp matter? Yes. Period. It matters in a lot of ways. There's lots of things that can come from joining a corp, positive and negative, right? I said Mauro has a tax. It taxes certain things. I don't mind paying that tax. So, but you can join a corp that has zero tax. If you join a corp that does a lot of help, especially for new bros, that's awesome. So like Malro and most of the people in it are really good that way. It's one of our guiding things where new bro wants to do stuff, we help them figure it out, right? And even when I came back, I'd been gone for 5 years. I came back and I needed to do stuff, and guys were giving me ventures so I could go do some quick mining to clear off some events and like all sorts of stuff, right? So if you can find a good corp, it matters a lot. A lot. If you find a bad corp, it matters in the other way, negatively. But if you find a good corp with good people, it completely changes the game. The other cool thing with corps, if they're, depending on how they're set up, you can have, there are people that are into trucking, hauling, and you can actually contract. So if I need to move a whole bunch of stuff to or from, say, Jita, there's a group that can do that for me. I just make a hauling contract and they move it for me. So that's cool too. So if you can find a good corp that has stuff set up, if you're interested, check out the Malro Discord, the COE Discord, and chat with the guys there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. They're constantly running mining fleets that people can come out and join moon mining with boosts and all sorts of stuff. So if you're into industry side, we have a strong industry group. We have a strong PvP group with our faction warfare guys. And then there's me that just runs missions and Abyss and talks to people. All right. That's going to be it. We're good. We managed to survive that T3. I'm going to go shake that off. It's lunchtime for me, so I'm going to go eat. And then I got my afternoon to do stuff. But I want to say thank you guys all for coming, hanging out. Thanks for all the questions, Alec. It's good. I hope they helped. If you have any more, you're on my Discord now. Don't hesitate to shoot questions in there in the general chat. Someone will answer you. And yeah, we'll catch y'all next time. As always, take care of each other. And I am out of here.